Devereaux is going to pass. No, it's Bishop in there now.
It's time for local sports on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station. Tonight's coverage is brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Alpine Air, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Clean Air Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Together for Youth. Now let's head live to the stadium for coverage of local sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. Good afternoon or evening, football fans, and welcome here to Wildcat Stadium. It is playoff football as the 9-0 and first-ranked Eastmont Wildcats take on the 6-4 Richland Bombers. It's a rematch of that crossover game from a year ago that Richland came away from and was able to qualify for the state tournament, along with Grant Olson and Brandon Harle and Eric Granstrom here on the NCWLIFE Channel. And I guess the big thing to start with there, Mr. Weatherman, is the weather.
That's right. We kind of got a break, that's for sure. Wet weather all morning. It rained hard about 1:30, and then the sun came out. It looks like we're going to see some cloudiness, but I don't think any rain's in the forecast tonight, and we don't need it on this field right now.
We got tons of rain 2 days ago, and then last night it dumped, and it dumped earlier today, and this field is not in the greatest shape to begin with. And Brandon, talk about that as far as these two teams are concerned, and you got a muddy track out here today.
Yeah, at any point in the season, turnovers are the key. So when your field conditions are a little off, that puts a bigger emphasis on how to take care of the ball and be safe with your turnover game.
They were dumping Diamond Dry on the field last night, 47 bags of Diamond Dry to try to help out with the moisture that was accumulating on the surface. Didn't help much.
Well, a lot of folks don't know or may know there was a soccer game right before this which chewed up the field a little bit more, and it rained hard at the first part of that soccer game. So everything they did last night probably didn't do much good.
Not really. And by the way, congratulations to Eastmont. They advanced to the state soccer tournament with a 5-2 win here earlier today over Eisenhower. So something good happened on this field here a little earlier today, and of course Eastmont hoping for something a little better than what they saw a year ago against Richland. We're going to get into the weeds a little bit and maybe into the mud a little bit as we continue with the pregame show and talk about the differences between these two clubs and who has the advantage if this is, and it is, a muddy track. We'll do that as we continue here on the pregame show. It's Richland, it's Eastmont, it's playoff football here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Meet the Move Meter from Coldwell Banker. Just enter any two cities and see how a potential move scores based on cost of living and more. Let's make your dream place a reality. Meet the Move Meter from Coldwell Banker. Just enter any two cities and see how a potential move scores based on cost of living and more. Let's make your dream place a reality.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family. What makes Abby's triple toppers so great?
Canadian bacon, pepperoni, ground beef.
With these premium toppings piled to the edge, it's a whole lot of pizza on sale for a very special price. Order your triple topper now at abbys.com.
And welcome back here on the pregame show, along with Grant Olson and Brandon Harle. Eric Granstrom with you here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We should mention that Eastmont, the lone standing team left in the Big Nine after a night on the chin last night.
I guess.
Moses Lake falling to Chiawana. Not too big of a surprise the way Chiawana plays. But Sunnyside, they gave Gonzaga Prep some fits last night, but really fell on the road at G Prep. Wenatchee, of course, having their season end last night. Did you go down to the game?
I did. I made the trip down there for Coach Devereaux's last game.
So 42-0 at halftime, so running clock in the second half. It makes it kind of tough to come back when it's at.
Yeah, I was talking to Grant earlier about that. It's just the game is so quick, and Kamiakin they had their starters in for about a series in the second half, and a lot of players got some game time yesterday.
Well, let's talk about this one and what we expect here today. You got, again, another passing team in town like we saw from Moses Lake last week, but very different styles of throwing the football. These guys like to chuck it downfield.
Right. Yeah, one of the things that it's going to be a huge challenge for Eastmont is limit those explosive plays. We talked about that, how last week Moses Lake had about one long pass for an explosive play. Those plays are 20 yards or more. Can Eastmont replicate that again?
Yeah, well, and we saw what they did. They had 3 on the line and dropped 8 and said, go ahead and try to pass it. We're going to keep everything in front of us.
Right. I had a friend of me call me afterwards. Like, it looked a lot like Mike Leach versus Jimmy Lake a few years ago.
That's true.
Right.
That's right.
And I think that was a very similar game plan. We'll see if Eastmont makes an adjustment, and therefore if Richland makes an adjustment based on what they did not do against Eastmont last week. Moses Lake didn't do.
And we got Josiah over here with the camera. I don't know if you can see the footwear that I've got on here, but these are my officiating cleats. So a little similar to what the guys will be trying to wear out here today. One thing, growing up in Western Washington, playing at Cedar Woolley High School and playing on wet surfaces all the time, you have to change how you block. You have to change how you play on the line. You got to keep a wide base, which you want to do anyway when you're on the line, but also you want to shorten up those steps. Now, we got a bunch of long striders with Richland and these long pass patterns. Right. How does that impact them?
You're exactly right. We used to say the ground gives back what you put into it, right? So if you're high and you're light on your feet, which guys who play on field turf usually are, you got to actually now think about another level of the game. You got to be nose over your toes, driving into the ground hard, and up in front, like you said, the duck walks got to stay low.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Grant, as far as Eastmont's concerned, they obviously love to run the football. Richland, meanwhile, gives up a lot of yards rushing every game.
Yeah, they do, and I think that is going to be a huge key in this game. Can they get Gunnar Peterson going? He was a little slow last week getting out in the open, but I think tonight we're going to see a lot of Gunnar Peterson, but I think the key, just like last week, Eastmont's defense against this wide-open offense, that's what's worth watching in this game.
Well, the quarterback for Richland is Josh Woodard. He's the guy we saw last year who threw it all around the park. He's been doing it again, over 3,000 yards passing this year, 38 touchdowns. And one thing, he's not going to play football at the next level. He's going to play basketball. But when you watch him on film, this guy looks like a point guard out there.
Right, he gets rid of the ball quick. He lets those 3 very athletic receivers who all have over 38 catches themselves. He spreads it out, makes the defense not be able to focus on one particular person, and by their formation adjustments, we'll see how Eastmont adjusts to that and if we can keep those explosive plays limited.
And I think one big difference between him and Brady Jay for Moses Lake, experience. He's a senior. He can handle some of the situations that maybe Jay didn't last week against Eastmont.
Definitely so. And senior versus sophomore.
That's it.
And we'll see about that. And if Eastmont can get to him and get pressure on him and force him, and he can scramble, though. He really can't. So it's going to be an interesting one to watch. We've got more on the pregame show coming up. We've got Coach Michael Don to talk about the matchup. We also have the 3 senior defensive backs. Well, Tyson Moore is kind of a hybrid, as he likes to call himself. We'll have those guys on our pregame show as we continue. Are you ready for some football? We've got it coming up for you. It is playoff football. Eastmont, Richland next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for the Bombers and the Wildcats Part 2. We saw this last year. It was in the rain last year. Looks like it's going to be in the rain this year. So what's the difference, big difference between your club and this year last year?
I think this year we're a lot more physical than we were last year. I think being stuck in a gym all year, not putting on pads more. I think we put on pads twice the last 8 weeks of the season, and you saw it in our tackling. And against a good team like Richland, you got to be on top of things. And they just kind of ran the ball down our throat, and we made a lot of mistakes, both O and D, and they beat us in a decent ball game, but. This year I feel a lot better about where we're at as a program as far as both offensively, defensively, and just the physicality of our group.
We talked about that physical nature and how that would be a big difference against Moses Lake, and boy, that came to fruition.
Yeah, no, I thought that really came out in that game. We were definitely the more physical team. I thought our kids flew around and made big hits and made our presence felt constantly throughout that game. And it was really good to see, especially up front. I thought our D-line, with only 3 and maybe a 4-man pressure, was able to get after the quarterback. And then offensively, our O-line was able to move earth and kind of make some openings for our running backs.
2 weeks in a row, you face a really good quarterback. Talk about that matchup. I mean, he had most of his weapons graduate last year, but he had a freshman from last year that did well against you guys. It's now a sophomore. Talk about that matchup.
No, they can sling it, and they take their shots down the field. They got some guys who can go up and get the ball. They got a few receivers, and all 3 of them have had 100+ yard games. So it's not like 1 or 2. They've got a lot of guys that make a lot of plays, he is a super good athletic kid. And he throws the ball well. He extends plays, and he's fun to watch. Not a lot of fun to prep for, but we'll do the best we can.
Well, your offense, meanwhile, I think much more prepared this year to be able to get in maybe those games where you fall down a couple of scores early, unlike maybe years in the past, because that means you got to throw the football. And Luke certainly showed us last week that you guys can sling the ball too. Yeah, no, we can throw the ball a little bit. We've been trying to work get some of the gun stuff down to where we get in situations where we have to throw the ball, we can, and he doesn't have to turn his back to the line of scrimmage and do some of that. So it's been good, and we've been able to get him some easier throws early in the game, get him in a rhythm, and then he's just been able to make a lot of plays. And it's been nice to see our receivers, especially Adrian, just kind of step up and start taking over here later in the year. Adrian, just kind of is starting to dominate games right now. Yeah, well, nice to see. Nice time to have that happen. Let's talk a little bit, too, about the track. I mean, it's not the greatest field in the world. We know that. It's got a lot of moisture on it, and getting some more, that's going to make footing an issue. Is that with a passing team as they come in and the receivers know where they're going, does that make it tougher on the DBs with that kind of footing situation?
Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on how you play. If you're a man team, it's a lot harder because you're going to have to change directions really fast. If you're zone, seeing the ball in front of you, able to make plays, drive on it. It's also hard on a quarterback when he's trying to run around and make plays and scramble, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference at all unless it's an actual torrential downpour. I think it'll be okay. It's the joys of being one of only 3 3A and 4A teams in Eastern Washington without a turf field.
You've had the, luxury to be able to kind of practice. You got Friday off. You don't have to play till Saturday. Meanwhile, Richland, we talked about this before we went on the air, 3 games in 8 days, advantage you guys, I would imagine.
Absolutely. That's tough on the body. We got to take advantage of it. I think the fact that we platoon, our guys play one way, we're going to get a lot of guys on special teams, and our guys have had a whole week to recover. And it's usually your body starts feeling better around Monday, Tuesday, after a Friday game, and having to come out Tuesday. They're just going to be coming around feeling good, and it's tough to prep and get ready. But I know that a lot of their coaches and I know their staff, and they're going to be prepped. And they're a playoff football team year in and year out, and their kids expect and believe that they should be there. So we're going to get a good game.
You didn't know until Tuesday night that that's the team you would play. Is there advantage though that you played them last year? Yeah,
I mean it helps, and they played a wing T school last week before Central Valley of Friday, so we get an idea, and then we were able to confirm kind of some of the stuff they did against us last year, that they're still doing it and they're not doing a lot of stuff new. And off a short prep, you would expect that they're not going to throw a junk defense out, that they're probably going to have to just do what they do and play it to the best of their ability. So we feel like we've got a good idea of what they're going to do defensively against us. And then offensively, I don't know if they've changed much in a long time. They're going to sling it around. They've got the all-time quarterback in Richland history, which for a program with that kind of pedigree is a pretty big deal.
Well, and speaking of which, that means you need to play complementary defense. You need to help up front to put the pressure on to help your guys in the back end. And if you can copy what happened last Friday against Moses Lake, that'd be a good recipe for you guys.
Yes, it would. If we can play like we did against Moses and, even maybe clean a few things up, there's always something you can watch on film to get better at. I think we'll be in a good spot, and we'll give ourselves a good opportunity to come out on top.
Well, best of luck here tonight. Keep everybody healthy.
Thank you very much.
Michael Don joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk to a couple seniors of his choice coming up next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do? We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Pre-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we talk to the guys who made a huge difference against Moses Lake last week and have all season long for the Wildcats. We're talking about DBs. We do have a linebacker that snuck in here, but we've got Joseph Lisson, we've got Matthew Bender, and we've got Tyson Mora joining us here. So let's talk first of all about last week in Moses Lake and picking off that guy half as many times as he had all season long. How did that feel?
Felt really good. It was my first 2 picks of the season, so it felt nice to get on the board there.
So you waited until the perfect time to have it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So you guys get the Big 9 championship. You beat Moses Lake. You stay undefeated, which means more.
The Big 9 championship, back-to-back. It really means a lot for us. We worked really hard for that.
Okay. You go from one quarterback who's outstanding to another quarterback who might be even better. Talk about getting ready for this guy this week.
Well, I mean, we're kind of thinking the same thing. He's going to panic when our D-line gets there, and then he's going to throw it up. And then that's where we get our picks.
Well, and that's something we just talked to your coach about is complementary football. It takes the guys up front to help you guys on the backside, right?
Oh, yeah, it helps a lot for sure. Having 3 guys being able to rush the quarterback and drop a lot of, 8 other guys, it's awesome. He doesn't know what he's looking at, so he throws us the ball.
Now, it's interesting to see that this Woodard, for them, quarterback who's not even going to have quarterbacking in his future. He's a basketball guy. Mm-hmm. So when you're covering his targets downfield, where do you look? Where do you watch?
Him, because he's a very mobile person. Like, he can be looking one way, but you never know where he's going until he moves there. And that's kind of just focus on him, and then you'll see where it goes, I guess.
Okay. All right, that's fair. Tyson, now you just said you're a hybrid, kind of a DB / linebacker. So in your position, what's your responsibility?
I'm mostly a coverage type of guy, but if I have to fill, I'll be there.
Okay. All right. Now, you being a diminutive person that is not all that big, you hit pretty hard. You take a lot of pride in that?
I do. It's tough being small, but if you fly around, you can do it.
So where does that come from? Do you have older brothers that, picked on you and things like that?
I did have an older brother who used to play, so.
Okay, all right. So I know the goals are much higher than just this game. So how do you focus on just this game and not think about, man, we got to get over the hump here and get to state and win a state game?
It's tough. We just got to take it 1 week at a time, watch film on these guys, and then.
Oh, come on. That's what coaches say.
Yeah. Well, I don't know any other way to put it. It's tough. But, yeah, we're just trying to take it 1 week at a time, yeah.
Okay, so with the wet track, it's raining, it's been raining, slippery field, that type of thing. We love Eastmont, but that's not a great field. Yeah. So is that advantage you? Is that advantage the wide receivers?
I'd say more us. They can slip on the route a lot easier, and since we wait for them to react, if they slip, they mess up. We won't really slip.
Okay. See, I always thought because they're running forward and you guys are usually backpedaling, that would be a little difficult.
It's difficult, but there's just a lot of giveaways on their body, so it helps us out.
All right. So tackles, snot bubbles. Does that happen? Do you see snot bubbles when you hit somebody really good?
A little bit, sometimes.
I thought you might have, little bubble patterns on your helmet for how many snot bubble hits you got.
A few.
All right, so seniors. I mean, this obviously means a lot to you guys. This team that you're playing that you guys played last year, they graduated most of their guys off the team last year. They don't have a lot of guys that saw this game last year. So how important is it for you to get beyond Saturday and get beyond, where you guys have been?
It's really important to me because it's our last football games coming up, so we got to keep it going, try to play as for as long as possible, and just keep the season alive.
Now, I keep asking this question to the guys across the river. I, for some reason, forget to ask you guys. What's it mean to be a Wildcat?
It means everything. All the hard work we put in for our 4 years we've been playing football it leads up to this moment.
How about you?
I mean, I think it's a bigger deal than being a Panther. 'Cause we went 9-0, so it's something we got to live up now.
Okay, there's a little bit of foot going on there. Good luck, you guys. I got to quickly ask, too. I mean, we're talking to the seniors, but how about the play of that freshman last week, Zielinski?
Oh, he's a really talented kid. He puts in the work. He's in the right spots. He's athletic. He's going to be pretty good someday.
Now, I'm trying to remember, did you guys get playing time as a freshman? Any of you guys? Yeah. So, I mean, they don't even go to high school. That's got to be a little weird. You got to come over here and practice and play in a game and have a big part in a game.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little odd, but he's a little older for a freshman. So, yeah, I think he fits in well, though. He plays a part.
All right. Well, best of luck here today in this game, and here's hoping we get another one next week.
Yep.
All right, there you go. There's the seniors, DBs, and a hybrid right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hey, man. How's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwimmt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragenschlüssel. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Pre-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Grant Olson along with Brandon Harley in the booth. Nice and warm booth. But heck, as we were talking in the pre-game show earlier, it's not bad outside today. Temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50, so that's pretty good football weather.
Yeah, if the rain will stay away, I mean, that'll help as well, but very comfortable. The temperature won't be an issue tonight.
And, we were talking about the field a little earlier, Brandon, and the shape it's in. Boy, when you get up here, up high in our booth, you can really see that this field is in tough shape. Eric is down on the field, and Eric looks pretty rugged down there.
Yeah, it does. I was just talking to head coach Michael Don, and I said, well, this is interesting. He goes, yeah, when we got out for the beginning of pregame to warm up and stuff, he says, after soccer today, he says, it wasn't too bad. But then now you look at it after a couple hundred football players been out here warming up for an hour, it is really, really tough shape.
Boy, and it's going to regress as this game goes on, more than likely. All right, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, and it's brought to you by TC Slingers. Let TC Slingers save you time, money, and labor with their conveyor application. Call for your free estimate today at 509-885-2269. TC Slingers of Wenatchee, your landscape placement company. All right, for the Richland Bombers on offense, quarterback Josh Woodard, a 5'11", 165-pound junior. At running back, Jacob Brannon tonight. We're going to see a couple of running backs tonight, but he will get the start, 5'10", 170-pounder. And then those dangerous wide receivers, Colson Mackey, a junior, 6'3", 180, Brody Bosick. He's a 6'2", 180-pound sophomore, and Zach Rose, a 6', 195-pound junior. At tight end is Ethan Van Beek. He is a big one, 6'2", 200-pounder, a junior. And now the lineman at left tackle is Nathan McClellan, big boy, 6'4", 225-pound senior. Jackson Jones is left guard. He's a junior, 6'1", 270 pounds. The center, 5'10", 200-pound junior Toby Richardson. And now on the right side, right guard is Zach Davison, 6'2", 215-pound junior. And at right tackle, Kevin Wilcox, a senior at 6'3", 200 pounds. Head coach of the Richland Bombers, I believe, Brandon, in his 17th season, is Mike Needhold for Richland. Yep. Been there a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah, over in Wenatchee, we faced him a few times over those years.
Right, and you know what stands out to me on their offense? They have two seniors on the entire offense, and they're both on the line. So all specialty players are kind of young on this Richland team.
Well, and they graduated all but 3 seniors off the offense offense last year and all but one off the defense a year ago.
Boy, that's good coaching then to turn around, and here you are in a kind of a crossover playoff game.
Yeah, that Mid-Columbia League, man, it's a football league.
Yeah, it really is. And now the starters for the homestanding Eastmont Wildcats. Head coach is Michael Dawn in his 9th year here at Eastmont. At tackle, Riley Morgan, 5'11", 200-pounder. At guard is Abe Garcia, a junior, 5'8", 235 pounds. The center is Ernesto Villa, 5'8", 215-pound senior. Another guard is Damian Arellano, 6 feet, 230 pounds. And rounding out the offensive line at tackle is Armando Farias, a senior at 6 feet, 210 pounds. And now the wide receivers, Adrian Ruffett, 6'4", 180 pounds. Jace Travato, he's also a senior, 5'7", 132 pounds. The running backs, and they are all three plenty dangerous in their own right. Gunnar Peterson with over 1,400 yards this year, 5'9", 190-pound senior. He'll be joined by Landon Moore, a senior, 5'7", 160-pounder, and Peyton Guest, 5'7", 155 pounds. The quarterback is Luke Gale at 6'2", 180 pounds. So a lot of experience, one junior on the offense for Eastmont on the entire offense. The rest are seniors. So this team it's been building, hasn't it, Brandon? Since they were about sophomores last year, awfully good team, and it's kind of culminated in this season being undefeated at 9-0.
Sure, 3 years ago we had that shortened COVID season coming out of that, so you don't really have a look at what you're going to build, but the work is now paying off a couple years later, and with 28 seniors, I think is what we counted last week.
Right.
That's a great position for your team and for your future.
All right, both teams are out on the field as we are set to hear our national anthem.
Anthem time.
And now, if you'll all please rise, remove your hats and face our flag as the Eastmont Wildcat Band plays for us our national anthem.
Fine job, as always, by the Eastmont High School Marching Band. Tonight's officials, our referee is Rich Halterman. Our umpire is Zachary Kirschner. Head linesman Kirk Lyons. The line judge is Michael Wold. And the back judge is Kelly Campbell. So once again, Brandon, we've got a game with two contrasting offenses, a running team versus a big-time passing team. We saw this same thing last Friday, except a little different quarterback maybe here tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned the pregame. Our quarterback here tonight, who is leading the state in yards and yards per game. He's a senior, and he's had a few of these games under his belt. When you play in the Mid-Columbia Conference, you play against Chihuahua, you play against Kamiak, and you play against Kennewick. Powerhouse teams where it's almost that playoff kind of atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Every week. So he's not going to be shy about his abilities out here today.
All right, Eric Granstrom following the captains out onto the field along with the officials, and we'll send it down to Eric, and here's our coin toss for this afternoon's game.
Is everybody going to remember everybody's name?
All right, congratulations, guys, for being named captains of your teams and everything. That tells me that you have good leadership skills. Is that right? All right, so you help us, we help you together. Okay? Let's play with our hearts, our body, and our minds, not our mouths. We understand what I'm talking about. Very good. Number 4, you have a fruit or a zebra. What do you want?
I want the fruit.
He wants the fruit. If I drop it, we'll do it again. Zebras, you have one that you want to receive. Which way do you want to? Okay.
Interesting. So Eastmont wins the toss, elects to receive, so they give up the option to take the choice in the second half.
Interesting. That is. It's something you don't see every week. Usually it's the other way around. You're right. But they might want to get this running game going here early.
Boy, I'm telling you, Grant, just walking out in the middle of the field for that coin toss, it is an absolute mess. We are going to see a lot of slipping and sliding. Hopefully we don't have any groin problems here today.
Good thing you wore those cleats, huh, Eric?
Well, I wasn't talking about me.
Well, I was thinking about you. So the Wildcat offense will be on the field first against the Richland Bombers. Long history of some pretty good football teams down that way. Remember the old days, Brandon? You were a part of a lot of those games, Richland and Wenatchee, and they've got a great football tradition down there.
They do, and it goes back a long way. The last time at Wenatchee we played them was in 2017 when they ended up winning the state title there, and they had the former Prosser head coach, Tom Moore, is an assistant.
That's right.
And his sons obviously are big names, both in the NFL, being the
LA Chargers offensive coordinator.
And his son, Kirby, was the offensive coordinator for Missouri today against Georgia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's his first year.
That was a close game, too, I think. It was
when
for
I came
a while.
in here, I didn't see the final
score. Yeah, right.
But,
all right, Eastmont and Richland take the field. Richland in their away white uniforms, yellow pants trimmed in green, and, of course, Eastmont all red tonight with white and blue trim. Kicking it off for the Wildcats is Aaron Escalara.
Oh.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, Richland's kicking.
Richland is kicking off, excuse me. Hopefully that's the first mistake I make tonight. Jason Slack will be kicking it off, and Eastmont ready to take over on offense here first. Peyton Guest is back deep along with Landon Moore. They're standing at the Eastmont 13-yard line. And we are underway. Crossover playoff football. It's a pooch kick short. Lands quickly and taken by Snyder. And Graydon Snyder gives Eastmont some pretty good field position. A little hairy at first. Nobody really took ownership of the football, and Eastmont has it first down and 10.
I think that was a misstep by the kicker there on the kick. So immediately field shows itself as being a slick one here tonight.
So Eastmont has it first possession of our ball game at their own 39-yard line. Great to have you along this afternoon here on the NCWLIFE Channel. A rare 4A day game, which will turn into a night game, right, Brandon, as we progress here.
Yeah, it's a nice time of year when you get to play a little bit in the daytime.
Absolutely. Luke Gale under center with Gunnar Peterson behind him. It's Peterson right out of the gate, right side, has an opening, takes some players with him all the way up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 6 on first down for Gunnar Peterson.
Richland starting off in that even front, 4 down linemen, the 4-3 base look right away with the lead blocker, Josh Linhart there, getting a little bit of a groove for Peterson.
It's a good lead blocker, that's for sure.
Yeah, when you have that little shuffle motion across and you can lead with him and let Gunnar do his thing.
Right. Second down and 4 now for the Wildcats. Leonhardt stays in there. It's Travato split out left side. Leonhardt motion again. I think it was the same exact play. His whistles sound, and this play will, the call, I should say, against Eastmont.
I think Damian Arellano moved a little bit too soon there before the snap. So this is that lineup we saw at the goal line last week with Leonhardt in the backfield for the Eastmont Wildcats, getting some help on the slot position from Skylar Bryant. Those two come off the field now on a second and long.
Yeah, it's kind of like the jumbo package, Eric, both 200-pounders, and you're right, they did use them at the goal line last week.
Well, one of the things when you have the biggest offense in the state in terms of yards of production, the best way to not let them score is keep them off the field.
Exactly right. Second down and 9 now for Eastmont. Handoff up the middle, big hole. Peterson Gets up to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of about 8 for Peterson, and almost first down territory. He'll bring up our first third down and short here for the Wildcats. Good start for Peterson here tonight compared to Moses Lake last week when it wasn't so fast, but he is seeing some daylight here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say.
Right. Moses Lake was back in the box. They had 6, 7, 8 defenders in the box, pinching their front, forcing other carriers on Eastmont there, the Peyton Guest and Landon Moore, to carry the rock a little bit more.
Referee took a look and gave Eastmont a first down.
First and 10 now, almost close to midfield at the Eastmont 49-yard line. Got motion, and it looked like Ruffin may have moved just a little bit. Adrian Ruffins.
Was it Ruffins, or was it Chris Daniels' offsides defense? There
Offsides,
you go.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Race Reeves, the defensive back, pointing at Ruffins, but...
Yeah, it was number 9 up front, the 6'2", 200-pound senior, just on the bark by Luke Gale. Got him just to move far enough to cross the plane, and they'll give you that in high school football as an offsides.
Eastmont now in Richland territory at the Bomber 46-yard line. First down and a long 5 to go for Eastmont, about 5. Here's the handoff. It's up the middle. Peterson spins out of the first tackle, 40, 35, 30, lowers the shoulder, still on his feet. 10, takes another couple players off and gets knocked out of bounds at the 8-yard line. 38 yards for Peterson on that run around the left side. It started up the middle. He kicked it out to the left, got a nice block, and then it was all Peterson after that.
Nice looking trap to the left-hand side, showing that the Richland defense, it's holes that it's been having a hard time plugging all season.
Yeah, we mentioned that in the pregame, that the Bombers have a little bit of trouble stopping the run, and they sure are on this first possession by the Wildcats. This is only the 4th play of this opening drive. Handoff again, Peterson over the right side this time. Not as much as far as yardage this time. Kahani, I should say, is one of the first players on the stop, number 14 for the Bombers. We're going to see a lot of muddy white uniforms, Eric, by the time this one's over.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get late first half here, and you're not going to be able to read the numbers for Richland for sure.
Second down and goal now for the Wildcats. The ball at the Richland 6-yard line.
Richland bringing in another defensive lineman here in the last 2 plays, more of a goal line look.
Here's Landon Moore now around the right side, does turn the corner, still on his feet at about the 5, and it looks like he's going to be down at around the 4, maybe the 3-yard line. Give him 3 yards on that carry.
Left defensive end there, Cooper Schmidt for Richland wasn't able to set the edge, and that allowed that edge, the run around the edge, to get him a yard or 2 there.
Boy, Moore had some nice runs on that same play against Moses Lake a week ago.
Such a tough job to set that edge, to keep that contained when that guy's coming across at full speed on that fly sweep. Inside the goal line, you have a little more help.
Right.
When you're in the open field, there's a lot of green out there.
3rd and goal, Ruffin splits right side. Jace Travato to the left with Peterson in the backfield. Handoff goes to Peterson, still on his feet, fighting for the goal line. And boy, he is right there. It looks like just short. And that's going to bring up an interesting call here. 4th down and goal. I don't think there's any call about it here.
No, Skylar Bryant heading in right now for Eastmont, another blocker there.
Josh Leonhardt out there, too. They got that jumbo package in. Watch for the tush push.
And Luke Gale, no small guy himself, 6'2", 180 pounds.
Yeah,
so
we've seen him sneak a few in over the season, and that's probably the look you're looking at right now. Look at the pinch front there.
4th and goal, less than a yard for the Wildcats, trying to draw first blood here in this crossover playoff game, and that was a tush push, and I think Gale does get over. I don't see the official sign yet, but it looked like he reached over that goal line. Are they going to give it to him? And it is a touchdown for the Wildcats. 1 yard, Gunnar Peterson.
It's interesting. Head linesman coming in from the far side of the field said that he was nodding his head yes. The linesman here on this side was shaking his head no. So thankfully for Eastmont, being towards that far hash mark, he's able to make the call, and now a flag going to come, I think, against Richland's bench here for a little vociferous nature after the play.
And I made a mistake. It was Luke Gale, of course, on that 1 yard run and not Peterson. But boy, only 6 plays plays on that drive for Eastmont and went 61 yards, 61 yards on that drive. So pretty good opening drive for Eastmont.
Interestingly, for the season now, Luke Gale with 21 rushes, 14 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Wow. Interesting. Kai Pfefferman on for the extra point try for Eastmont.
Now we're going to have to watch these carefully as well with the feet of the kickers,
right,
both ends of the field.
Graydon Schneider, the holder for the Wildcats. Here's the hold. It's down. Kick is low, but it does go through the middle, and it's good. 8:01 left first quarter. Eastmont 7, Richland nothing. Back to Wildcat Stadium in 60 seconds.
Hi, everybody. Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Eastmont scoring drive, 6 plays, 61 yards, 3 minutes, 59 seconds off the clock. Pfefferman, the kick is good, and we are sitting at 7-0, Eastmont on top. And Eric just pointed out we've got some dangerous return men back deep for Richland. Race Reeves and Jacob Brannon stand about their own 6-yard line. Here's the kick. High, wobbly kick taken at the 12-yard line. Left side, up the field, and almost some room and almost broke it right there. And that was Race Reeves, and we're going to see more of him here on offense.
On the tackle for the Wildcats, Josh.
So the Bombers, good field position on their first possession of the ball game. 7:56 left to go first quarter.
Interesting, we'll go back to last season when these two teams met here at Wildcat Stadium. Eastmont took the opening drive down the field, running mostly, and scored a touchdown, but missed the extra point. This year, they get the extra point, have the lead, but here come the Bombers.
That's right. I remember that, too. Good point. All right, our first look at Josh Woodard now in shotgun. Handoff left side. Good room over there, and that's Jacob Brannon on the carry. Gets up to about the 45-yard line.
And you watch these guys on tape, they love to run around the left side on that play right there and the handoff to Brannon. He comes in with only a couple of touchdowns, 355 yards rushing on the season. But we saw that last year, too, where a passing team had some success running the football because Eastmont was geared up for the pass.
Absolutely. Second down at 4 now for the Bombers. Woodard shotgun, straight drop back, 2 steps, goes left side, has his receiver there. It's Brody Bosick, and that's more than enough for a first down, all the way down to the Eastmont 42-yard line.
That pass complete to Brody Bosick.
Gain of 13 on the play for Richland there, and that was a beautiful pass by Woodard. We're going to see more of that, Brandon.
Just a simple hitch, 7-yard, sit, get that ball, get a few extra yards out of it. Eastmont again showing some adjustments here. A little deeper on the wide side of the field here.
2 backs in the backfield. Handoff Brannon left side. Gets to the 40. That's a 2-yard gain, and a host of Wildcat players in on that stop.
Christian Nevers leading the attack there. By the way, Christian Nevers, before the ball game, went out and played his trumpet for the national anthem. Put his helmet back on, out there playing defense right now. He's a student body president, and he wants to be a congressman someday.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Second down and 8 now for Richland. Double running backs in again. It's Kahine in there with Brannon, I should say. The handoff. And it's up the window. Woodward just going to keep it on a quarterback keeper inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Gain of 3.
Tyson Gonzalez on the tackle.
Try to give a speed option look there. No give fake. You're just reading the end. And as Eastmont's defense sucked on to both the lead and running back, quarterback made the right decision and got a few yards out of that.
Big 3rd down and 5 now coming up for the Bombers. Split out right side, Colson Mackey. For Richland as Brandon stays in the backfield. It's Brandon on the handoff. Good block by the tight end. Allows Brandon to get around that left side, and more than enough once again to the first down yardage to the 25. Gain of 13 once again on that carry.
You made a mention there, Grant. Ethan Van Beek was 88, the tight end on that side. Beautiful block across the line of scrimmage on Gonzalez to spring the back around the corner and get an easy first down.
Both of those big runs have been to the short side of the field, the boundary side, and Eastmont tends to overload the wide side of the field with their defensive backs. And when you throw the ball around as much as Richland, that happens.
1st and 10 Bombers on the move at Eastmont's 25-yard line. Brandon again, good tackle at the line of scrimmage. Brandon does get one. Praiser in on that stop.
Actually, that was their backup running back, Kaisel Kehuhani, with the carry that time. Well, you can't really tell anymore. He wears number 14.
Yeah, you can see the 1, and that's about it, right? 2nd down and 8 for Richland. Kahani stays in the backfield. Woodard shotgun. Quick drop, quick pass, right side. It's Mackey as he gets down to the 15. Boy, that's going to be awfully close to a first down. Needed 8, and that's about what he got. I think it's going to be enough for a first down, or will it? It's right at the stick, and yes, it will.
Well, you see the defensive backs on that pattern where he's running back towards the line of scrimmage. When they try to break down, stop, turn, try to make a tackle, he's just going right by them because they're having to be very careful chopping their feet so they don't fall down.
1st down and 10, Richland. Brannon this time in the backfield. Woodard shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right side. 3-step drop back, goes right side. Receiver wide open and into the end zone. 15-yard touchdown, Colson Mackey.
Touchdown, Richland.
Great route there, about a 10-yard out strike to him there, and he was able to get the rest on his own, untouched into the end zone.
Well, Zach Rose was out there as well as another wideout on the Twins to the side, to the Eastmont side of the field. And, well, the timing was good. It was almost a block before the reception made, but contact made. He's able to spring his wide receiver into the end zone.
And the kick is up, and it's wide left. No good. He looked at the ground right after he kicked it. I don't know if he slipped a little bit, but it is no good. Jason Slack on that try. And our score with 4:53 left to go in the first quarter. Eastmont 7 and Richland 6. Back with more in 60 seconds.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Allergens. You can't see them, but they live in your carpet and your air ducts. Call the experts at Clean Air Connection for a clean, healthy living environment. Experience, education, and the right equipment equals the best cleaning job possible. Call Clean Air Connection today. Pet dander, allergens, dust, and pollen? Trust your home's carpet and duct cleaning to the experienced experts at Clean Connection. This locally owned family business educates their staff and uses only the best equipment. Call Clean Air Connection today.
Jason Slack with the line drive kickoff this time. It's taken by one of the up man, Bodie Yale for Eastmont. Gets past the 35 and all the way up to the 37. So some good field position for Eastmont here on their second drive of the ball game.
Eric, one of the things you might notice down there is a lot of the players today don't wear cleats that you can change out the old spikes. They're the molded cleats. Yep. So, yeah, we used to have players do the same thing. Anybody had cleats you could change out. We play on a field like this. We try to change out those longer spikes.
Eastmont now 1st down and 10 at their own 38. Guest in motion, handoff up the middle. Gunnar Peterson has a huge hole, 50, 45, 40. Almost lost control of the football inside the 35, and that's where they're going to mark him down at the Richland 35-yard line. 26 yards for Peterson on that carry.
One of the Richland safeties on his back pedal, as soon as the ball was snapped, when he read run, he put his foot in the ground and it ended up right on his face, just spun his tires. That allowed Gunnar to get a few more yards before a contact there.
1st and 10, Eastmont. Good gain on first down, now in Bomber territory at the 35. Moore in motion. Fake handoff Peterson. The pass out on the flat to Landon Moore. Gets to about the 30, inside the 30. It'll be down at the 29-yard line. 6 yards on that play. By the way, that Richland scoring drive, 8 plays, 61 yards, 3 minutes, 3 seconds off the clock. 15-yard pass from Woodland to Mackey. The point after try, no good, and our score is 7-6. It's been a pretty quick first quarter, 3 minutes, 47 seconds left. Teams, this is only the second possession for Eastmont. They're facing a second down and about 4 yards. Handoff, here's Peterson. He's got open field all the way to the end zone. 29 yards, Gunnar Peterson.
Simple trap play, right up the gut, untouched. Back into the Richland defense, the safeties are again a little unsure of their footing and not able to close in time to make a tackle before Gunnar runs in the end zone for a second touchdown.
Well, we talked about the fact that this team has a little bit of trouble stopping the run, and so far in this first quarter, they have had trouble stopping the run. All right, Pfefferman on for the extra point for the Wildcats as the sun peeks through the clouds here this afternoon. Here's the kick. It's through the uprights, and it's good. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go opening quarter. Eastmont 14 and Richland 6. We're back with more right after this.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local, because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
That Eastmont drive, 3 plays, 62 yards, a minute 20 off the clock. 29-yard touchdown run. Gunnar Peterson, point after good, and that's where we sit right now. It's Eastmont 14 and Richland 6. Escalara's kick, and does it go out of bounds, or did it go in the end zone and then out of bounds? Boy, that was awfully close. It may have gone out. Yep, it did, right in front of the cone in the corner of that end zone.
Yeah, right where I'm sitting, I'm looking right at that pylon, and it bounced in front of it.
So as Eric has mentioned before, the longest penalty in football.
25 yards.
Right. And Richland's going to have some good field position here with 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Brandon, I'm going to have to position myself behind the defense when Richland's on defense. I'm not seeing what's happened to their linebackers. Are they getting blocked, or are they just taking themselves out in the wash with these runs by Gunnar?
They're very aggressive downhill right now. They're obviously reading run the entire way, but they're just aggressive downhill, and by the time that they're getting into the play, Gunnar's already passed them.
Okay.
Quick hitters like the trap play that he just scored on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Bombers at their own 35-yard line. Mackey split right handoff. It's Brannon over the left side. Gets corralled right at the 40-yard line. 5-yard gain on first down for the Bombers.
Schneider on the tackle, but they're getting around the end. They're getting a good job of blocking on the point of attack on the around the right defensive side for the Wildcats here. And right now on the short side of that one, looks like it's Tyson Gonzalez.
You can see Richland is on the left hash, as they have been most of this first quarter. They choose to run into the boundary.
2nd down and 5 for the Bombers. Play action pass. Ball goes deep left side. Was it caught? No. Out of bounds. Intended receiver Colson Mackey. The pass was kind of a flutterer, but Mackey made a nice play on it. Unfortunately for the Bombers, he was out of bounds, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for Richland.
Boy, and one thing watching these guys on film here this past week, it's amazing how many times Woodard can just drop those dimes in like that. These high arcing passes that drop right down in the arms of the receiver as they streak downfield.
Eastmont brought somebody off the edge that last play. He had to get rid of it quicker, which was just enough to get it out.
Pretty good coverage by Snyder, too, downfield. All right, 3rd down and 5 now. Ball at the 40-yard line. Woodard this time sprints to his right, has his big tight end, 45. What a hit right at the 45. Tyson Mora laid the lick on the big tight end, Ethan Van Beek, but that's 5 yards, and that's enough for a Bomber first down.
Eastmont blitzing the corner off the backside across the field. Woodard was able to outrun him and get that quick hitter to the tight end, sitting there all by himself in the flat.
Big target out there. All these receivers, 6 feet, 6'2", 6'2", so pretty good size in the receiving core for the Bombers.
John Simmons, new running back.
He gets the handoff right side. You can tell by the clean uniform. Manages to get up to about midfield. Give him 5 on that first down carry.
You can see again, Eric, Richland on the right hash this time, the boundary side closest to you, and that's where they're seeing that zone run. Getting some more yards, 5 yards a chunk there.
Well, and the better footing, honestly, is going to be outside the boundaries there. And so if you've got the short side, the quick side to get to is that short side of the field. So why not?
2 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first quarter as Simmons stays in the backfield alongside Woodard. Eastmont showing blitz. There's Leonhardt. Misses the tackle, though, and that allows Simmons to get a nice run out of it all the way down to the Eastmont 37-yard line. Gain of 13 on that carry, and boy, Leonhardt had his good shot at him there in the backfield.
Sent on a blitz, came from the right defensive side and was perfectly in position, but just came in too fast, lost his footing, couldn't make the tackle.
It's the gamble on a blitz. When you blitz off the edge like that, sometimes you run underneath that blitz and get a little gash there.
1st and 10, Richland. Woodard, lots of time to throw it. Steps up in the pocket, finds one of his favorite receivers, Mackey. Shakes the first tackle and manages to get down to the 20-yard line. 17 yards on that pitch and catch. Woodward to Mackey. Woodard, boy, just a very composed back there in the backfield, isn't he?
There you see the point guard abilities of Woodard as he faked the throw, and that got the defender off his feet at the line of scrimmage and was able to complete the pass.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right side this offensive set. Option play this time, and a good run by Simmons as he gets hammered just shy of the first down at around the 11-yard line. That's a gain of 9 on first down for the Bombers. Boy, both teams so far in this first quarter, no problem moving the football up and down the field.
Good read there with that speed option. The end came unopposed and was going to lay out the quarterback. He made the right decision. 9-yard gain there.
Trip receivers to the right side this time. Simmons stays in there in the backfield and next to Woodard. Woodard shotgun. There's the handoff to Simmons and caught in the backfield. Damian Arellano for the Wildcats, and that'll be our first loss of the game. And that'll take it back to the 15-yard line. Loss of 5 on that play.
Another inside zone play to the short side of the field. This time, Damian Arellano was able to cross the face of the Richland guard and get into the backfield and stick Simmons for that loss.
Also, all league selections being made tomorrow by Big Nine coaches and athletic directors, and they expect Arellano to be all league on the line.
Eastmont showing blitz. They're pointing to Richland that somebody moved, but Eastmont defenders definitely crossed the line of scrimmage, so let's see the call.
Well, we talked so many times about Eastmont and penalties. So far, it's been a penalty-free game, but now it's going to be a costly 5 yards, and that's going to give Richland a first down.
That is costly, right at the 10-yard line. It will be first down and 10, a first down and goal for the Bombers.
It's our second. They had a false start earlier, but we were going to talk about that in the pregame, just how many penalties Eastmont has racked up and that discipline that they have to have in a playoff game like this.
Well, it's the difference between a 3rd and 5 or a first down now and goal.
Yep.
All right, the Bombers a chance to put some more points on the board. They're down 14-6 as we have 26 seconds left here in this opening quarter. Simmons stays out there in the backfield. Woodard shotgun. Good protection again, going to the left side of the end zone, a little too high for Brody Bosick, the intended receiver.
Look, goal line smash combo there. The number 1 receiver on the outside runs a hitch, freezing the corner to read him, and the inside receiver run a corner to the back pylon. Just a little deep for him there.
Pretty good coverage by Snyder again back there.
Yeah, well covered by Eastmont. Man coverage down inside the 10-yard line. Obviously, we have, cover 1 down here.
2nd and goal now for the Bombers. 3 receivers right side once again. Lone receivers Bosick to the left. Handoff is Simmons. Manages to get back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Arellano again shooting the gap, making the tackle.
So 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line.
Watch Richland this time where they went last time on the touchdown to Colson Mackey. He's a big target at 6'3" and 180 pounds, but first we're going to have to go to the other end of the field.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter, and after 1 in our crossover playoff game from Wildcat Stadium, it's Eastmont 14 and Richland 6. Second quarter coming your way in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
During our fall tire sales, save up to $250 on a set of 4 select tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by our title sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. We want to thank them so much for their generous support. You can turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today, www.alpineair.net. Here we go, 3rd and goal for the Bombers. Ball at the Eastmont 8-yard line. Woodard shotgun, looks left. Has plenty of time once again. He is going to go all the way across the field, and I think it is going to be caught for a touchdown. What a catch. Chris Daniels with that catch. 8 yards. Richland on the board again.
Wow, he had number 10, Brody Bosick, flashing across the end zone uncovered, and he did what you tell every quarterback not to do. Don't throw across your body going to your left or to your right, and he did that, made it look easy.
Boy, it's such a tough throw, too, isn't it? Double covered over there, too. And a nice reception by Daniels.
Going for 2.
14-12 our score. Richland on their first scoring drive did miss their extra point, so here we go. It looks like it's going to be a Wildcat formation. Jacob Brannon, and there's Woodard now. Brannon goes to his right. Woodard, fake handoff to Brannon in the end zone to the tight end, and that is successful. Van Beek, the big target.
Really good looking play there.
So both teams 2 possessions and 2 scoring drives in this one. We're tied at 14, just underway in the second quarter. Boy, it might be one of those kind of games today.
That's what I was hoping for. See a little more offense, and let's see both teams adjust to what they've done already. Eastmont continuing to attack with the trap and the counter inside runs. Eastmont's defensive line surging upfield. Their middle linebacker, Grant, you mentioned, is getting kind of washed. He's not very sound right now, reading his keys, and it's paying dividends for Eastmont.
That scoring drive, 10 plays, 61 yards for the Bombers, 3 minutes, 31 seconds off the clock. The two-point conversion was successful, and we are tied at 14-14. Today's broadcast brought to you by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge, 100% real cheese and freshly rolled dough. Make it an Abby's Pizza night. Glad to have you along this afternoon. Got a good one in this crossover playoff game. The Mid-Columbia Conference, Richland Bombers, and of course the Big 9 champion Eastmont Wildcats. And we're tied at 14 with 11:51 left to go here in this first half. Short kick. Graydon Snyder is going to take it at the 25-yard line. No room to run as he is gang tackled at about the 28-yard line.
Well, something we've seen so far, Grant, is Gunnar Peterson getting success on running inside plays, and those traps are working beautifully so far. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
We'll see if Richland has any kind of adjustment with their front.
Grant, I'll have to do this on the air. They need you to turn you down a click and both Brandon and me up a couple of clicks.
Gotcha. There we have it. Luke Gale, first down and 10. Handoff left side. Why not? It's Peterson, and he is hammered after only a yard gain.
Gunnar Peterson.
Cannon Wycombe, middle linebacker, shot in there and was able to get him up high and bring him down quickly.
Much better read there by the middle linebacker to shoot that gap. Once you see the trap appear, you got to fill that hole as fast as you can.
Well, there's your adjustment, Brandon.
Peterson's hard to bring down with just one guy, too. That was a nice
Especially
stop.
Up high. You can see they have an extra lineman in there now.
Second and 10. Here we go with Landon Moore around the outside. Does he get the edge? Well, sort of, but he gets gain across the 35. We'll call it right at the 35-yard line. Gain of 5 on that play. That'll bring up a third down and about 4 yards for the Wildcats. Need to get to the 39-yard line for a first down.
Cooper Schmidt trying to hold the edge there and get a little help from his outside linebacker, Silent Kaisel Keohani. And Richland able to come up with 2 bodies on the stop and keep it to somewhat short gain for Eastmont.
Big third down and 4 coming up for the Wildcats.
Have they thrown it once yet?
Nope.
I have 1.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, 1 to Landon Moore, a little flat.
Handoff up the middle. It's Peterson, and he will get an Eastmont first down just across the 40. Gosh, just such brute strength that gets Peterson some of these yards. He's so strong in that lower half. We were talking earlier that we have been told that he can supposedly squat 600 pounds, which is unbelievable for any high school football player. And that will be a first down for Eastmont, now at their own 41-yard line. On the move once again, approaching 10 minutes left to go before halftime. Gale, handoff right side. There's Moore again. Stiff arm, gets him around the corner and pushed out of bounds at the Eastmont sideline at around the the 44-yard line.
Eastmont with the counter. Well, the pin and pull sweep to the outside using the wing back there. Really hard to set that edge when you have 5 down linemen and you got to count on that strong safety or outside linebackers. Playing a little deeper now.
As the middle of the field gets a little darker, which means it's getting a little more chewed up as we make our way towards halftime. Lots of rain here in the Wenatchee Valley the past 24 hours, so it's made a pretty slick track out here today and messy. This time the handoff is Peyton Guest, and he is not going to get away from Chris Daniels, the defensive end, who will throw Peyton Guest for a loss back to the 39-yard line. 5-yard loss on that, and that'll bring up third down and about 12 now for Eastmont.
Well, as Brandon mentioned, Richland's brought an extra defensive lineman up in tight, so they're basically going 5 across the front now on those what usually is running play for Eastmont, and they've done a pretty good job of adjusting and holding them in check in this drive.
And the guy they bring in, Eric, Lyden Wilson, 6'5", 290-pounder, the extra lineman when they do bring him in. So they've got some girth in there when he comes in. We got a timeout called by Coach Don and the Wildcats. We'll take 1-2. 9 minutes, 1 second left to go here in the second quarter. The clock's still continuing to run. Our score, we're tied up. It's Eastmont 14 and Richland 14. We're back in 30 seconds.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? Open up a world of possibilities when you sell your home and make those dreams real. At ColdwellBanker.com, you can get an instant estimate on your home, compare cost of living city by city, and learn more about our revolutionary seller's assurance program. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams. At ColdwellBanker.com.
Today's broadcast also brought to you by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. Apple Valley Honda, committed to preserving the environment, not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but also with other eco-friendly actions and alternatives. All right, here we go. 9:03, a few seconds put back onto the clock. Eastmont facing third down and long, 3rd and 12 from their own 39-yard line.
This is where Richland wants Eastmont to be. 3rd and long with force them to throw the ball here.
Absolutely. Here's Gale putting it in the air. Has his receiver Peyton Guest over the middle all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Boy, and that was a happy accident there because that was a mistake. Somebody ran the wrong pattern because you had Peyton Guest and you had Adrian Ruffins on top of each other on that pattern.
That's usually the thing, isn't it, Eric, when you see two receivers really close together. And that's what happened there. 26 yards on that pass play. Nice pass by Luke Gale. And once again, Eastmont in Bomber territory at the 35.
Guess was the number 3 receiver on the right-hand side. And they ran double posts. And they were a little too close together, Eric, like you said.
Gale under center with Peterson behind him. Travato split left, Ruffins to the right. Handoff is Peterson. Nothing doing as he gets right back to pretty much the original line of scrimmage.
Boy, and that is a big fella. 6'5", 290. I think I felt the earth move from here as he made that tackle.
Cannon Weekum again from his linebacker position. One of the first ones there.
Lyden Wilson. He's the big fella up front.
Yeah, he is a big one.
There's that trap play again. Richland doing a better job of not coming upfield. That's the whole key to the trap is you're letting that defensive lineman get upfield fast, and you're trapping him, and he did a good job of sitting.
A lot like you do on a screen pass then, huh?
Yeah, just a quick hitter.
2nd down, we'll call it 9. Whistles sound, and we're going to have a false start on the Wildcats. Once again, a penalty will move Eastmont back.
Procedure penalty against the Wildcats.
That'll move it back to the 40-yard line and bring up a 2nd down and 15.
Ball's now located at the 40.
You know the field's getting bad. You even see the officials kind of treading lightly in the middle of that field. All right, 2nd long now for Eastmont. Ball moved back to the Bomber 40-yard line. Moore in motion. Here it's Peterson. Nice hole right side. Breaks tackles. Kahuni, one of the first ones there for Richland, but not after a nice gain down to the 32-yard line.
Well, and that interesting, they ran right at Gavin Wilcox, number 64. He's shaking his left arm, left hand. He's not feeling so well right now, holding his elbow, and they ran right at him on that play, and he's basically playing one-armed right now.
Bring up 3rd down at 7 now for Eastmont. Ball at the Richland 33-yard line.
Got to think this is 4-down territory for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Richland's changing their personnel here, so now they're in a 4-man base front again.
Guest in motion, delay handoff. It's Peterson, runs into a trio of Bombers, and he'll be down at the 30-yard line. 3-yard gain on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5 yards for Eastmont.
Took a little bit too long to get going there. Cooper Schmidt able to shoot the gap from his defensive end position, make the tackle.
5, Eastmont.
Eastmont running a counter play out of that, as you said, is a little bit slower in a start, and also in the middle of the field, so your footing there. But to be very sure when you make that cut on a counter as a running back, coming across.
I think Schmidt and that defensive tackle on that side ran a stunt. So Schmidt went around inside right, and he ran right into the ball carrier.
Big fourth down play right here, 4th and 5. Quick pass, and I don't think it's going to be enough.
Oh, he's a yard short.
Jackson West on the reception, 4 yards, and Eastmont needed 5, and the Wildcats will turn it over on downs. First possession of the game, or they haven't scored any points, so we'll see if Richland now can move down and possibly take the lead here with 6:06 left in the first half.
Yeah, unfortunately that's on Jackson West there. You got to know what the yard marker is to get to, and he didn't get there before the ball came to him.
So we'll see if the Eastmont defense can hold here and keep it tied 14-14. Been a good one here in this first half. Both offenses playing very well in this crossover playoff game. 1st and 10 Bombers. Woodard shotgun as always. Handoff Brannon. Couple yard gain across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Nice stop by Ricky Kalunga for the Wildcats.
Graydon Schneider in there too. Nice sportsmanship after the play. Schneider reached down, grabbed a hold of the hand of Mr. Brannon, helped him up, and said, "I'm going to hit you again, so let's do it again."
Second long, 2nd down and 9 for Richland. 3 receivers split to the right side. Woodard rolls that way, goes out into the flat, has his man, and that's enough for a first down. It's Race Reeves on the reception. 9 yards on that play, and another nice pass from Woodard. Boy, he's good on the move. He's good in the pocket.
Just your basic flood route. You have different levels there out to the right. You saw him pre-snap adjust the running back to the right-hand side. When you see that, that's a key for maybe a sprint out to that side, and great looking throw.
John Corbin comes out as a receiver. He's split out left side along with Brody Bosick that side. Woodard shotgun. Great protection once again. Boy, Eastmont hasn't really got to him today, and he's going to keep it. All kinds of green grass in front of him. Gets a nice block, and he will get inside Eastmont territory. 20 yards on that run to the Eastmont 48-yard line.
John Simmons, who is the running back there, helping out his quarterback, and the quarterback looking back, seeing he's got Simmons coming downfield, so sets up the defender, cuts back inside, lets Simmons come and blow up Tyson Mora, and live to see another down.
First down at 10. Bombers on the move again in this tied ball game as we get to 5 minutes left to go before halftime. Woodard, the handoff. It's a flip pass left side, and it goes incomplete, little over the head of Brady Bosick.
Mora coming in from a safety blitz on the wide side, the Richland side of the field there, the quarterback's backside. He maybe felt it a little bit. I mean, Mora wasn't that close when he got rid of the football, but maybe he feels it and had to get that ball out of his hand quickly.
Well, this offensive line for Richland has really done a nice job in protection.
Something was off on the play from the beginning of the last play. I think there should have been a penalty on a false start, but you can hear the crowd being a little upset about that.
Woodard slips, rolls to his right, wings it over the middle of the field. It's caught there, and still on his feet down to the 29-yard line. 20-yard gain. And on the reception, Mackey that time for Richland.
Beautiful sprint out. The number 1 receiver will run what we call a curl sit. He'll find that hole in the zone. Boom, right there. Strike hit him in the chest, and he got another 10 yards out of that.
Something we haven't seen, I don't think, all year is the Eastmont defense getting chewed up a little bit here in this first half.
I'm sure they haven't seen receivers like this. And
like I said, they're big out there. 6'2", most of them. Tight end's a big guy. Here we go. First down and 10. Ball at the Eastmont 29-yard line. Woodard back to pass. Wings it down right field into the end zone. Mackey is there again. And what's the call here?
Trying to see if he got his feet in the back.
I think he did, and they're going to say he was out of bounds in the back of the end zone. Heck of a catch again. And that's a break for Eastmont there.
It's a good job by the referees over there. Kurt, the lineman on that side, recognizing that the ball was caught, but the back judge there checked to see if the feet came in bounds, and they waited on the right call.
Coach Needhold letting him hear about it over there too on that Richland sideline. That was a very close play. And a nice throw by Woodard once again.
Yeah, they had split running backs, and they went max protect, so both running backs were there staying for to pick up any extra blockers, so the quarterback can make that throw.
Now, Neidhold gave a little bit too much here to the official on that side. Kirk Lyons, our head linesman over there, says, nope, I've had enough, and a little unsportsmanlike on the bench.
Well, and he's been warned once already. So that'll take the Bombers back 15 yards when they had a good drive going. It'll take them all the way back to the Eastmont just about 45-yard line.
You can chew on them, but you just can't curse at them, and I think that might be what happened there. And Neidhold was, boosted and bolstered by his fan support behind him in the bleachers over there. Everybody became an official and said, he caught that ball in the end zone. Malcolm is standing next to me, Grant. He says both Brandon and me need to come up again a little bit more on the board.
Okay. Second down and a ton. 25 yards for Richland to go. Pass blocked at the line of scrimmage. Tyson Gonzalez got his big hand up there at 6'3" and knocked that one down, and that's going to bring up third down and long.
And he had a wide open, where's John Corbin there in a mesh concept. The inside receivers cross each other in the middle of the field, and if that pass doesn't get knocked down, 17 still would have had a lot of yards.
3rd and 25 to go here for Richland. Eastmont stalled on their last drive, and Richland now facing third down and long on their third drive. Woodard shotgun. Back to pass, lots of time going deep right side. The coverage, is it there and is it in bounds? No, it's out of bounds again. Mackey wanted to push that time. The youngster Zielinski in there on coverage, only a freshman. And that goes incomplete.
Well, and you got Zielinski, who's only 5'8", and you got Mackey at 6'3". That's definitely the matchup you want. And, here comes another flag against the sidelines here.
Oh, boy, getting ugly over there.
So they're hot about the non-pass interference call, not about the catch being out of bounds.
Well,
right?
both the receiver and the defender were hand playing downfield. So, I mean, if you throw a flag, you're going to have to throw flags at both of them.
Right. So if this is unsportsmanlike on the coach, again, that's 2. Is that an ejection, Eric?
Depends on if it's on the same coach or not. Neidhold is giving Kirk Lyons an earful still after all of that.
Boy, as the officials mark this one off. All the way down to the Richland 40-yard line.
Takes it back into Bomber territory.
And we'll see our first Richland punt of the night.
4th down.
Yeah, and the costly part of that is it's after the play, so 4th down, mark back even further.
4th and 40. Here's the kick by Slack. High
off the side of his foot.
Wobbler, Travato back deep, and it takes a Eastmont bounce, and the Wildcats are going to have pretty good field position here with 3:52 left to go here before halftime. Today's broadcast brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Aqua Therapy, Sports Biomechanics, Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Orthotics, all you need to keep moving. You can find them online at biosports.net. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And Eastmont now, 1st down and 10. The ball at their own 36-yard line.
Well, you notice the middle of the field, Woodard there having to be real delicate with his foot placement on in between the hash marks. Outside, he's fine.
Hand off, a look out. Gunnar Peterson looked like he had some room. Flags fly both sides of the field as Peterson takes it across the 40. But
it's like he might have a hold on Jace Travato on the outside on this side of the field. I'm not sure what happened on the other side.
Penalty flag on the play.
Fletch would make Coach Needhold may be a little happier right now as he's probably about ready to boil over
what
across
is on
the
the
way.
top side of the field on the Richland side. It might
Pretty
be,
sure it's Neidhold there.
Neidhold.
Yeah. It's a legal substitution.
Offsetting penalties.
Yeah, we saw number 10 running off the field last second there for Richland, so that was the problem on that side of the ball. And a hold on the edge on this side. And now we've got Russ Waterman talking to our head referee here.
And now Russ is going out on the field. His time is called, official timeout here.
Well, it could be what Brandon was asking about in reference to the 2 penalties on Richland's bench. And now Russ is calling in, I think, an administrator from Richland.
Well, like last week,
Coach
it usually
Neidhold comes out as well.
Oh boy,
something that's bigger. Maybe the
I hope it's
fans
not
are getting a little.
Well, we had a
unruly.
racial slur on the field last week.
And that created the same kind of conference we're seeing right now, as you can see on your screen.
Looks like our referee is waving towards their sideline, Richland sideline.
Coach Neidhold getting his 2 cents worth in, as you can see. Both athletic directors, both coaches, and the referee in the middle of the field. .346 left to go before halftime. We're tied up at 14.
Mr. Waterman says he'll talk to me in a moment.
All right, we'll find out what's going on. Eastmont does have the football. It's at their own 35-yard line. Turned it over on downs on their last possession after scoring on their first 2 drives as we wind down this first half of play.
So there's been a warning to the bench for Richland. And if the vociferous nature of the game continues, there will be ejections of coaches for Richland.
Boy, how many warnings do you get? That's about the 3rd time they've. Yeah. Here we go. First down at 10. Eastmont. Quick handoff up the middle. And it's around the end. Fooled me. It's Landon Moore. Gets some blocks. Travato tries to block as he crosses the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Gain of 11 yards for Landon Moore.
Boy, Richland was asking for penalty flags there. I'm not sure what they were asking about.
Had something to do with leaving the ground. I'm not sure what the current rule is with regards to hurdling. It's a safety issue that has to usually do with taking the helmet out of the game.
First down and 10 for the Wildcats. The ball is at their own 47-yard line. Jackson West in there. Sorry, Eric.
I thought he left his feet while engaged with the defender, though.
Oh, maybe.
That's not leaping.
Play action. Gale going right side for Ruffins, and it's a good thing Ruffins got his hand on it, because standing right there was Zachary Birch, the defensive back, who may have picked that one off, and it goes incomplete.
Pass blocked by Zachary Birch.
Second down and 10. That stops the clock now with 3:12 left to go, as the referee, once again, a conversation with some of the Richland defenders.
Well, good coverage, too, by John Corbin, who was man-on-man, had some help over top on that play on Ruffins. And first time the Eastmont tries to go Ruffins' way, pretty good coverage.
Second and 10. Gale under center. Handoff. It's Peterson. Gets a block right side. Plenty for a first. 40-35. Down to the 34-yard line. Make it the 35, and that's a gain of 12 for Gunnar Peterson around that right side.
Boy, he came running right at me there, Grant, and he does such a good job with his vision, looking downfield and kind of sizing up where the defenders are. Game of chess for Gunnar Peterson as he sets up the guy trying to make the tackle, too, with a little cut inside, got himself a couple more yards.
And always keeps those legs moving, doesn't he? Here we go, first and 10. Guest in motion. Gale under center, split right side is Jackson West. Travato to the left.
Richland back to their 5-man front.
Handoff, it's Peterson left side. He's going to get stood up right at the line of scrimmage.
Cannon Wycombe in there again from his middle backer position. Doing a good job. The defenders up front taking gaps, and then you got the linebacker filling in wherever there's an empty hole. Makes a stop.
And Wycombe, he's playing a heck of a first half. We bring up 2nd down and 10 now for Eastmont. Clock continuing to run at 2:07 left to go before halftime. Again, West split out right. Handoff, it's Peterson, why not? Inside the garden, tackle, stiff arm at the 25, inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line.
Got a flag behind the play.
It's either going to be a hold or unnecessary roughness.
It was on Wycombe.
I think it's on Armando Farias. I was trailing the play. Yeah, and they're going to say it's a hold. That's too bad. It was a great run by Gunner.
19 yards taken off the board as Eastmont now goes back. And once again, a penalty.
Richland's D-line too far upfield again. They run that trap underneath those surging linemen. Gunner with a great breakout speed on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I love that as an offensive lineman. If you're going to take yourself out of it, I'll let you go by.
Right.
Olay.
So that makes a 2nd down and 10 now coming up for Eastmont. 1:40 on the clock and moving here left in the second quarter. 14-14. Good crossover playoff game today on the NCWLIFE Channel. Here's Gale, pump fake, going right side now. He has Travato, overshoots him, though, at about the 7, and that goes incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for Eastmont.
We'll pump and go, try to see if we can get Richland sleep on that attack and let the receiver run right by him, but he did a good job, the defensive back there.
That's the 2nd time that Corbin has had great coverage.
Corbin, right?
Yeah.
Well, and that pass really couldn't have been caught by anybody. It was 3 yards out of bounds.
3rd and 10, Wildcats.
Haven't seen a screenplay yet.
Handoff, it's Peterson, lots of room up the middle again, inside the 20, down to the 17, and that's a 1st down. Make it the 18-yard line, gain of 17. Makes it look easy out there, doesn't he?
Well, and he does the old limp leg, too. The play that was called back gave a guy a limp leg. Just did it again, and he's looking to deliver a blow as well. He was reaching out for 10, who was coming up on the tackle. He gave him a stiff arm.
Richland's middle linebacker continues to just surge into the backfield. He ends up on his back. You can see the back of his jersey there, Eric, is pretty muddy.
There's Peterson again on a 1st down carry. Gets it down to about the 16-yard line. Gain of 2 on that.
Timeout, Richland.
With 1:04 left to go here in the second quarter. By Clean Air Connection. Keep your carpet, area rugs, upholstery, and air ducts clean for a healthier environment inside your home. Call Clean Air Connection today or at yourcleanconnection.com. And by Coldwell Banker Cascade, encouraging you to leave your mark. Coldwell Banker Cascade is guiding you home in north central Washington. Here we are winding down the first half, 1:04 left to play. Both teams scored on their first 2 possessions.
You almost feel the way this game's going that Eastmont needs points here.
It does have that feel about it. It really does, because Richland moving the ball up and down the field.
And Richland will receive the kickoff in the second half. Is that right, Eric? Yeah.
What do you think the thought process is by Richland here taking a timeout, Brandon? Do you think this is keeping time on the clock, maybe get the ball back here? Or
well, if any team in the state can do as much with as little time, it's Richland, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They can sling it around. And one of the plays that you've seen them make some 1st downs are those receivers that'll run the 7-yard sit, catch the ball, get out of bounds. So they're used to playing with a little bit of time and a lot of green, and then get down the field quick. So
2nd down and 9 for Eastmont. West split out left, Ruffins to the right. 1:04 left in the second quarter. Handoff Around the right side, it's Moore, has lots of room, and a blocker. Doesn't quite get into the end zone, but I think he'll be marked down at the 1-yard line. 16 yards for Landon Moore on that carry.
Beautiful block downfield by Adrian Ruffins. Holy cow, took the kid completely out of bounds. Perfectly legal block. Just comes up with a giant grin on his face. I asked him, remember that last week in the postgame show, so which feels better, a touchdown reception or a pancake block downfield on a defensive back? He goes, well, touchdown does feel better.
You see another Luke Gale sneak here.
First and goal, it's Gunnar Peterson. I don't think he gets there.
Oh.
He's not. They're going to mark him short.
The official here near side was starting to go up with the touchdown. Nope, didn't get it.
That's why you hear the Eastmont crowd pretty fired up about that.
Well, they still got 2 timeouts, so I wonder if Eastmont might burn one here. Nope.
Clock's moving. Again. 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Gale quickly under center. It's Peterson around the right side. Does he get in this time?
No.
He doesn't. Clock still moving. 11 seconds now. 10, and a timeout is called. Boy, that ball is literally inches away from the goal line.
Give credit to the Bombers. They did a great job stepping up and just holding him short of the line to gain both times.
Wildcats.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health is dedicated to improving our patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. And by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service and installation since 1982, serving residential and commercial. They specialize in indoor air quality installation, service, and repair. So Eastmont trying to get it into the end zone, take a little momentum into the halftime locker room. Only 10.1 seconds left to go before halftime, and the ball is, Eric, literally inches away from the goal line.
Well, let's see. If you take the nose of the football to the stripe, the first stripe, that's about the distance, or maybe the nose of the football to the threads.
Wow.
That's about the distance you have between the nose of the football and the goal line. I kind of think this is a Luke Gale opportunity.
Here we go. He is under center. Peterson behind him. Bryant in motion, and we've got...
Peterson was leaning forward pre-snap.
7
Good
seconds.
year, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach Don says, Gunnar, you have nothing to do with that play.
And now he may have something to do with this next play.
Right.
I think they're going to kick it, are they? No, just a couple of substitutes in as Landon Moore runs in along with Peyton Guest on this third down and goal. The ball is at the Bomber 5-yard line. 7.9 seconds left to go before halftime.
They need to adjust the clock. Should be 8.1, I think, is what they're going to put back up here.
Still waiting for that to happen. It still says, there we go.
10?
Interesting.
I don't think it's 10.
All right, that's what it says. 10 seconds left to go. Third and goal for Eastmont. The ball is at the 6-yard line. Gale, quick pass, nowhere near Travato. It goes incomplete. Now the clock is at 7.9 seconds. This is going to be a field goal try for Pepperman. Try and take the lead going into the halftime locker room.
Well, the good news for Pepperman is they're on the side of the field where the footing is about the best, and he's over towards the hash mark as well, where it's in good shape too.
From our view, it actually looks like it's green grass,
it sure
not brown
does.
mud right there.
22-yard try here for Pepperman. For the Wildcats to take the lead, and it did go through inside the right upright. And with 3.9 seconds left to go, it's now Eastmont 17 and Richland 14. So a big 3 points for the Wildcats here towards the end of this half. It looks like after the offenses, Brandon, kind of flex their muscles a little bit in the first 2 possessions each. The defenses have kind of settled down here a little bit and got back into the rhythm of the game.
Yeah, it's predictable, right? We know what both teams are going to do on offense. Eastmont's going to grind, pound the ball, and we'll get into some stats at the halftime coverage about just how many carries Eastmont's offensive rushing attack has put up. And Richland just keeps throwing the ball around and staying in bounds. A quick first half.
I think the thing that killed Richland's last drive was 30 yards and penalties on their bench.
Yeah. Doing no favors for their team there.
Nice drive for the Wildcats. 12 plays, 62 yards. Took over 3 minutes off the clock. 22-yard field goal by Pepperman, and Eastmont now with the lead, 17-14. As Escalara will kick it off for the Wildcats. And the dangerous return man back there, Eric mentioned it to start the game, Racy Reeves and Jacob Brannon back deep for the Bombers. You're going to see a kick deep here, 3.9 seconds left. Escalara, the left-footed kicker, line drive, taken at the 11-yard line. And then down to the 25 on that return, Race Reeves for the Bombers. And that'll do it for our first half here from Wildcat Stadium in this playoff crossover game. And at the half, it's Eastmont 17 and Richland 14. Halftime show coming up in 2 minutes. Stay with us here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
Throw it down to me at some point.
Grant Olson, Brandon Harle, and Eric Granstrom back with you here at Wildcat Stadium for this crossover playoff game between the Richland Bombers and the Eastmont Wildcats, and it's Eastmont at the break by a score of 17-14. And Brandon, real good game in that first half. Yeah, very competitive. Richland comes in with a 6-4 record. Eastmont at 9-0. But we talked about the competition that Richland plays in that Mid-Columbia Conference, and every game for them just about on a Friday night is a pretty tough game.
It is, and then 3 of those losses that they have, we talked about in the pregame, by a single score or close to that. And so they're used to playing in high pressure, close, full games, right? Not a blowout in the first quarter game.
Eastmont with a couple of opening drives for scores. Richland did the same, and then both offenses stalled a little bit. Richland only had 3 possessions in that entire first half. That's not very many times touching the ball, and Eastmont only had it 4 times in the first half.
Yeah,
so
with Richland's explosive offense, they're used to getting the ball back quick.
And they put some drives together, 8 plays and 10 plays on their scoring possessions. But yeah, very good quarterback in Woodard. He's an experienced, and he's had a pretty good first half. We'll talk more stats We'll have some entertainment here at halftime as our coverage continues of this crossover playoff game. It's Richland and Eastmont. Eric down on the field. And Eric, got something for us down there?
Well, yeah, Grant, we've been talking about the field conditions. We thought we'd come out here since there's nobody here right now to show you the field conditions. So, Malcolm, I don't know if you could show the field right here. We're between the hashes, about 45-yard line, and you could see it's mostly mud, not a lot of grass left. And as the quarterback Woodard, as we saw him through that first half, as this got more and more chewed up, you see that he's having to like walk on eggshells out here because he'll come back with his drop, and then when he stops and tries to make those moves that he does, the ground just gives way underneath of him. So you got to take shorter steps, and that's for both offenses trying to do things. Gunnar Peterson, you'll see him go through the holes, and he's standing upright, and he's taking short steps, and then boom, he's gone when he gets past the line of scrimmage.
And, Eric, that could just be experience playing on a grass field. Richland may not play on a grass field their entire season. Who knows? This might be a first for them tonight, where Eastmont does it every home game.
Well, Russ Waterman was telling us that this is the last, and Coach Don before the game, this is the last natural grass surface for a 4A school in all of Eastern Washington.
Wow.
So, yeah, they're well, in Richland, talk about the coaching staff being a little bit vociferous in that first half of play and getting themselves in a little hot water with the officials. They came in a bad mood. They came out here and they complained right away, got their AD involved, calling the district ADs and saying, this field is unplayable. Well, sorry, both teams are playing on it.
And what'd you do in the old days when everybody had grass fields? So,
exactly.
you know.
Exactly. Well, and Brandon, and we were talking about that in the pregame show, going down to Richland to play in the old Bomber Bowl. I mean, that thing was atrocious.
Yeah, hearing that Richland had some beef with the quality of the field just kind of makes me, it shakes my, all the years we went down there, their field was in far worse shape than this.
Yeah. So
what did I call it? The cavernous Fran Risch Stadium. And that's what it is down there. All right, we're at the break. It's Eastmont 17 and Richland 14. We'll take another 2-minute timeout and come back with your halftime stats and more right after this.
Hi, everybody. Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. My heat pump there's like steam coming out of it. It's making weird noises. Is this something I need to be concerned about?
No, Dan, that's normal operation. Refrigeration technology steals heat from the outside, transfers it to the inside, and it creates frost on your heat pump. The defrost cycle melts that off, which creates steam and a little bit of noise.
That makes sense. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
We're at halftime here at Wildcat Stadium. Eastmont leading Richland by a score of 17-14. Eastmont, a good start to this one, had the first possession of the game, went 6 plays, 61 yards, took off almost 4 minutes off the clock. A 1-yard Luke Gale run. The point after try by Pepperman was good, and that made the score 7-0. And then Richland turned around and had their own long drive. 8 plays, 61 yards, a little over 3 minutes off the clock. And that was a 15-yard touchdown touchdown pass from Woodard to Mackey. The point after, though, no good, and that made the score 7-6. Eastmont on their second possession, another scoring drive. 3 plays, 62 yards, 29-yard touchdown run by Gunnar Peterson. The kick by Pepperman, good, and that made the score at that time 14-6. And then right after that, Richland, a nice drive of their own. 10 plays, 61 yards, 3.5 minutes off the clock, an 8-yard touchdown pass from Woodard to Daniels. The 2-point conversion, good for Richland, and that tied it up at 14-14. And then right before halftime, Eastmont, that 12-play, 62-yard drive, a little over 3 minutes off the clock, a 22-yard field goal by Pepperman. And that's where we sit right now with Eastmont ahead in this one, 17-14. So as we mentioned, Brandon, a good start for both offices, and then they both kind of stalled a little bit late in that first half.
Yeah, it's not too surprising when you're playing a playoff game like this. Your offense and Eastmont elected to receive, so they're feeling really confident in their ability to rush the ball against Richland's defense. And it showed. They marched down the field and punched one in early. Richland answered right back, and since then it takes some time. Players get adjusted to the field and the speed of the game of your opponent.
And defenses get to see what you're doing after a while, and they kind of,
Coaches and kids both make adjustments.
You bet. So when we come back, we'll take another 2-minute timeout. Brandon will have individual and team stats for us from that first half as our coverage of playoff crossover football continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
Hey man, how's it going?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen's a good option for me. The risk of addiction is not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family. What makes Abby's triple topper so great?
Canadian bacon, pepperoni, ground beef.
With these premium toppings piled to the edge, it's a whole lot of pizza on sale for a very special price. Order your triple topper now at abbys.com.
Grant Olson and Brandon Harle back in the booth with you here at Wildcat Stadium. We're at halftime, and it's Eastmont on top, 17-14. Brandon, how do the stats look in that first half?
Well, the Bombers, who are leading the state in offense, have a pretty pedestrian first half stats. Josh Woodard, the quarterback, is 8 of 14 for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. The real surprise for Richland is their rushing attack. Jacob Brandon has 5 carries for 29 yards. Woodard, the quarterback, has 2 carries. Both of those were important because they went for first downs for 23 yards. And John Simmons has 5 carries for 27 for a total of 81 team yards. Colson Mackey, as you said before, the big target, has 4 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. And Chris Daniels, the not very often used receiver, caught 1 touchdown for 9 yards. For Eastmont, the old Gunnar Peterson is back this week. He has 18 carries at the half for 124 yards and a touchdown. Landon Moore's added 5 for 38. The team has a total of 147 yards. Luke Gale is 3 for 6 for 36 yards. And Landon Moore has 1 catch. Peyton Guest has 1 catch. And Jackson West has 1. Adrian Ruffins has been the focus of the defensive backs for Richland, our Eastmont's leading receiver, and he has no touches.
All right, so as far as the second half goes, Eric, Brandon, what does Eastmont need to do to maintain this lead and maybe pull away from Richland?
Well, Brandon, jamming it in the middle wasn't as successful in the second quarter there for the Eastmont offense with Richland bringing in an extra defender on the line. Do you see maybe going off tackle a little bit more here?
Yeah, we'll probably see some more of the wing sweep that we saw a little bit more effective against Moses Lake last week. Richland's going to make their adjustments too. Their linebackers have to stop coming upfield so far, along with their D linemen. So that I would imagine that Richland's defensive coaching staff, that's the main adjustment that they're going to try to make at the half.
And guys, if you're Richland, what do you do on offense?
Eric, you got it.
Well, I mean, obviously they want to throw the football. We're seeing that it's a little roller skate issue for their quarterback Woodard out between the hashes, but maybe it's more of a drop back set and do the long passes downfield rather than have him try to scramble like he has in the past. Maybe do a little bit more of that, maybe timing patterns on the 10 and outs, that type of thing, where he's just dropping back 3 steps, boom, throws, and doesn't have to worry about his footing so much.
Coaches keep track of what they start every drive with, what plays, and Richland was running into the boundary almost every first down out of a just base zone play. I think you're right. I think that Richland wants to go back to what they do best, which is slinging the ball around the field, and they know now that the weather's going to hold a little bit. The field is still sloppy, but they did have success throwing the ball, and I think they're going to try to go back and hopefully keep the penalties in the pockets of the referees and throw the ball around the field.
Yeah, talking with Russ Waterman here at halftime, I said, okay, so what's the situation here with the sidelines and all that? And I guess Richland, they were saying, hey, we got it on film. That was a touchdown. That was what drew the ire of the coaching staff on the sideline, and a 15-yard penalty, and then yet another 15-yard penalty not too long after that from the sidelines chirping a little bit too much as far as the officials were concerned. And, we don't have replay. That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter. The officials try to call it the best they can, and they bracketed that. They had, like you mentioned, Brandon, they had the back judge there. They had the head linesman over there, and they did the best they could to see that play, and from their estimation, it was out of bounds.
It was the right call from where we were. We're 50 yards away, and we could see that they did the right thing by making sure that they didn't call the play early. They conferred, and yeah, he made the catch, but he was out of bounds, and let's move on.
Well, as both teams continue to warm up, we will take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, it's second half action in this crossover playoff game. Our score at the break is Eastmont 17 and Richland 14. Back after this.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Allergens. You can't see them, but they live in your carpet and your air ducts. Call the experts at Clean Air Connection for a clean, healthy living environment. Experience, education, and the right equipment equals the best cleaning job possible. Call Clean Air Connection today. Pet dander, allergens, dust, and pollen? Trust your home's carpet and duct cleaning to the experienced experts at Clean Connection. This locally owned family business educates their staff and uses only the best equipment. Call Clean Air Connection today.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
We're back at Wildcat Stadium, just about set for the second half kickoff. We'll send it down to Eric.
All right, thank you much, Grant. 17-13 our score at the half with Eastmont on top, but Richland, as we heard at the opening coin flip, Eastmont won the toss and elected to receive, so Richland gets the choice. They will get the football to start the second half. They had 3 possessions in that first half, 2 scores, and then trouble with the sidelines and 30 yards in penalties, and suddenly they had to give the ball back to Eastmont, so the Wildcats get a field goal right before the half, and they go up 17-14 later here as we get ready to start the second half of play with our kickoff. It'll be Escalera teeing it up at the 40-yard line. And meanwhile, let's see who we got back to receive this kick. It should be Jacob Brannon and Race Reeves. And it is. So it'll be interesting, Brandon, to see adjustments. You know, that halftime seems to go by pretty quick when you need to make adjustments, doesn't it?
Yeah, when you have 10 minutes and you got a split time. You know, when you're in high school, you don't have a dedicated offense and a dedicated defense. You got to talk to everybody and try to make those adjustments quick. You got to talk to your coaching staff, then you got to relay that down to the kids and make sure you're making the adjustments that you need. And hopefully that pays dividends in the second half.
Escalera has it teed up. Left-footed kicker will approach as the whistle sounds, and we are underway in the second half with a high end-over-end kick. It'll come down to Reeves across the 10, 15, 20 on the return, and then stood up and dropped right there at about the 22-yard line, and that's where Richland will have the football to start this second half of play. Again, you got Josh Woodard, the quarterback. You've got Jacob Brannon, the running back. Although they've had, 3 different running backs kind of going in and out in that first half of play.
Yeah, they shared the carries a little bit, and the quarterback there, he had a few as well.
It will be Brannon running here first. And as you mentioned, they've balls at the left hash mark. Let's see if they run to the short side of the field again. They've got that look here.
See the running back shift over.
Yeah, Brannon shifts to his right, and Woodard in the shotgun will take the snap, turn, hand off, although cutting back this time, interesting, is Brannon, and he gets a decent few yards, and then Eastmont's defense converges with Skylar Bryant helping to stand him up and keep him to a gain to the 25-yard line.
You could see Skylar Bryant coming upfield too far, which is what the read was to run underneath him at that point, but he adjusted and got his hands on him.
Second down and 6 after a 4-yard gain on first down on the running play to Brannon. He'll line up to the left of Woodard in the backfield here. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide left, as he'll shift the running back again. Back to pass, looks right, looks left, wants to go with a screen pass and throws it out of bounds. And well beyond the intended receiver over there, Brody Bosick, and good coverage by Eastmont, also good pressure by Eastmont. And I didn't see, it looked like a classic screen pass, but I didn't see a receiver anywhere open like in the middle of the field.
He got rid of it on purpose. It was that's a senior quarterback who knows what he's doing. Drop back, see that the screen's not there. Let's just chuck it out of bounds.
3rd down and 6 coming up for the Bombers on their first possession here of the second half. Eastmont jumping bodies around as they move defender to the left side. Back to pass. Woodard again has some pressure. Throws downfield. The ball is caught over there on the Richland sideline. Dancing away from a defender is the receiver, Bosick. He'll have the catch, and he'll have a first down for Richland.
Josh Woodard does a great job of stepping and settling into that pocket and stepping through and finding that outlet, that 7 to 10 yard sit where the receiver finds a hole in the zone and just get a few more yards after the catch.
And Woodard there, you didn't see him try to scramble around that time. He just stayed in the pocket, looked, and then finally found his receiver open. So 1st and 10 here for the Bombers as they're out to the 40-yard line. And a turn handoff left side again is the running back. We got a flag coming down after Brannon was taken down. It looks like this could be in the vicinity of a hold against the offense.
Richland going with a little bit of a different look there. 20 personnel, 2 running backs with the left side running back as the lead.
And our referee says it will be a hold against the Bombers. Not too many penalties in this game so far, Brandon.
Yeah, if you knock out the ones on the
2 15-yarders.
Yeah, those were big ones. But yeah, overall, I think we had 9 in the first half between both teams.
So this will be beneficial for Eastmont. It's a foul from the point of the, they march it off from the point of the foul. So
it's like a first down and 20, Eric.
1st and 20. Grant, go ahead and take it over.
All right, thank you so much. Woodard shotgun, 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He's looking left, has a receiver there at the 35, wrestled down at the 37-yard line. And that'll be a 7-yard gain for the Bombers there.
Well, they got 7 of the 10 penalty yards back, and there's Peyton Zielinski again. That freshman just showing up out here for the Wildcats 2 weeks in a row.
How about that? 5'7", 127 pounds, and he's out there playing. That's pretty impressive. 2nd down and 13 now for Richland as we get close to 10 minutes left in the third quarter in this really good ball game here tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. Woodard on 2nd down under pressure, first time really tonight, and he gets smothered at the 31-yard line.
Christian Nevers came firing in from his defensive end position and was able to get the initial pressure. Woodard got away from him, but he couldn't get away from Connor Frazier.
Second play in a row, Richland goes empty set, no help in the backfield. So Eastmont adjusts by bringing a defensive end on the blitz, and he avoided that, the quarterback Woodard, but stepped into, as you said, Mr. Frazier there.
3rd and 18 for the Bombers at their own 32-yard line. Need to get to midfield for a first down. Woodard, 2 men rushing this time for Eastmont. Woodard still looking for some help, and he finds it right at the first down sticks. Race Reeves. And I think that'll be maybe a little bit short of a first down.
Eastmont giving a good defensive look where they were showing blitz and then dropped 9, had 2 down linemen. For less than a yard there?
Yeah, 4th and less than a yard. Need to get to the 50. That's about half a foot to go. Maybe a foot.
Only place on the field with a decent footing is outside the numbers, and that's where Woodard was able to drift, find his receiver downfield.
Big 4th down play right here. Handoff, Brannon Eastmont had him, and I don't think he's going to get there. He might get a really good spot, though. I think that's a great spot at the 50. And, boy, I'm not even sure he made that, but they're going to give him a first down. Boy, that was awfully close and a very favorable spot. We are sitting, Brandon, right across from that.
I could see his hands extend to where the ball is spotted, but we can't see where his knees are hit.
Right.
But he made an effort. They missed the tackle in the backfield. The play was dead there.
Drive stays alive for Richland. First down and 10 as Woodward rolls right side, has his receiver there at the 40, wrestled out of bounds, and it's Mackey again.
Well, you saw Joseph Lisson on the coverage. He was backing up from his corner position and tried to stop and come back to the wide receiver as he made an out route, and he slipped on the field, and that gave the receiver just enough yards that he needed to get the first down.
That's that technique we talk about. Keep your nose over your toes. Your weight needs to stay balanced, and I saw him spin his tires too.
First and 10 at the Eastmont 38. Woodward rolling left this time. Woodard, rather. Looking for somebody. He has a receiver downfield. Coverage there, and we have a penalty as Joseph Lisson was in coverage downfield on Brody Bosick. It looks like that'll be a pass interference call against the Wildcats.
And the interesting thing in that is in high school, the defender doesn't have to look back for the ball.
No.
And he didn't look back for the ball. But in the meantime, the ball's coming to the receiver that he doesn't know is being thrown, doesn't know it's coming to his between the ones on his back. And unfortunately, as the receiver stopped and tried to come back for the football, he makes contact, and so the officials call the play.
8:07 left to go third quarter. It's the opening possession of the third quarter. Richland got the second half kickoff, and with this penalty, it's going to give Richland some excellent field position down to the Eastmont 23-yard line.
Ball inside the 35.
Woodard shotgun. Jacob Brannon once again in the backfield with him. Brannon the handoff, started up the middle, cut it out left side. Nice gain, breaks another tackle. Schneider finally wrestles him out, but not after another 12-yard gain down to the Eastmont 13-yard line.
Same play as we saw before there. It was a zone run to the right, but that backside end for Eastmont's rushing upfield, and you run underneath that blitz and hope that you break some of those tackles like you did there. Eastmont didn't wrap up and bring him down.
Richland's not only protected Woodard very well, they've blocked very well on the run game so far tonight, which is kind of a surprise, I think, to all of us a little bit. 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 12-yard line. Woodard shotgun, handoff, Brannon. Left side, gets down to the 10-yard line. That'll be a short 2-yard gain. And bring up 2nd down and 8.
Arellano on the bottom of the stack with the tackle there for Eastmont.
Little mistake on the cadence there. Could you see that the left side of the line didn't all come off at the same, which is where the point of attack was the run.
That helped Eastmont.
Yeah, they left some yards on the field there, Richland did.
2nd and 8, Bombers. 3 receivers right side. That's the wide side of the field. Once again, in at running back is John Simmons. Woodard's going to put it up, and he has a receiver again, almost into the end zone. I think he's going to be pushed out at the 1-yard line. John Corbin on that reception for Richland.
Yep, go ahead, Gary.
11 yards on that play, Brandon.
Another good-looking sprint out there, taking what they give you. The flats are open. Woodard getting rid of the ball quickly and letting his receiver do all the work.
That's a well-designed play. Boy, they had receivers all over the place. And as soon as the ball was thrown, everybody's making a block.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Handoff right side and into the end zone for a touchdown, John Simmons.
Touchdown, Richland. Ball carrier, John Simmons.
Nice drive for Richland to begin this second half. As the Bombers now take the lead 20-17 pending this extra point. That's how you come out on the road right there, Brandon. 75-yard drive and put it in the end zone.
Take the second half kick. That's what you're hoping for. Nice chunked drive, taking what the defense gives you.
Now remember, they missed an extra point earlier tonight.
Jason Slack is on for the kick. Race Reeves is the holder for Richland. Here's the kick. It's up. It's through the middle, and it is good. 7:12 left to go, third quarter. For the first time tonight, Richland has the lead. It's Richland 21 and Eastmont 17. More football coming up in 60 seconds.
Meet the Move Meter from Coldwell Banker. Just enter any 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on cost of living and more. Let's make your dream place a reality. Meet the Move Meter from Coldwell Banker. Just enter any 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on cost of living and more. Let's make your dream place a reality.
Guten Samir das Problem sagen.
Meinen Zylinder überschwimmt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragenschlüssel. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
That impressive Richland drive, 11 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes, 46 seconds off the clock, a 2-yard touchdown run for Simmons, the point after good, and now Richland with the lead, 21-17. Slack will kick it off. Peyton Guest and Landon Moore deep for Eastmont. It's going to be Landon Moore from the 14-yard line, drops the football, picks it back up at the 12. Now he's forced to the sideline and gets back to the 20. And that's where Eastmont will begin their first drive of this second half. 7:06 left to go. Lots of time in this one, and we've got a good one for you tonight.
Well, if you think about it, Richland has really only stopped itself with those 2 15-yard penalties on the one drive where they didn't score. Every other drive they've had, they've scored here. So very imperative for Eastmont to answer back.
Boy, that's a great point, too. They've made it kind of look easy, Brandon, really on offense so far tonight against a very experienced and very good Eastmont defense.
Very tough, physically tough defense.
Gale under center for Eastmont. Handoff, right side, Gunnar Peterson. Gets up to about the 24-yard line. Short gain of 3 yards on first down.
Eastmont going with the trap right away. Their quick hitter play. Hopefully, or if the Richland coaching staff made any adjustments, it was making sure their defensive line doesn't come upfield overly aggressive in the trap.
Tell the linebackers for Richland have made a lot of stops tonight. Kahani and
yeah, well, you can look at their jerseys and tell which side of it's their mud's on the back.
Handoff again. Gunnar Peterson nowhere to go. In fact, just got back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up third down and about 6 now for Eastmont.
Player that made the tackle there is a sub here in the second half. We've seen Richland on film rotate their defensive ends between Drew Bay and Cohen Hansen. Hansen, number 40, the cleanest jersey on the field right now, is the one that made that tackle.
Boy, it's sure nice to be able to do that. What is this, a little clock adjustment, or what's going on here? Little conference by the officials you can see on your screen.
Eastmont has the ball at 24, 7 Wildcats.
Am I back?
There you are.
Am I back?
You're back.
I heard some damage up there.
Some tape issues up here in the booth. Your microphone dropped.
Any idea what the holdup is here, Eric? They keep looking at the scoreboard. Oh, we don't have anything for Eric now. Oh.
Hello.
There you are.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah. Nope. It keeps going out.
Now you're on. You're good.
Okay. Obviously, clock issue here.
6:20 is on the clock, and here we go. Third down and 7 for Eastmont. Big third down. Gale back to pass, sideline pass, and it's out of bounds. It is caught over there by Jackson West, but it will be out of bounds, and that'll bring up fourth down for Eastmont. Not what the Wildcats wanted there, Brandon. 3 and out here in their first possession.
It's the first 3 and out I think I've seen in 2 weeks. Isn't it?
I think you're right.
They're so good at grinding out downs and making the chains move. To see a 3 and out by them is exactly what Richland wants to do, make them go to third and long and throw the ball.
This is going to give the Bombers some good field position again as Luke Gale gets set to punt, standing at his own 12-yard line. Here's the kick, and boy, it's a good one. All the way back, and it's taken by Reeves. Gets to the 40-yard line and gang tackled there, and that's where Richland will begin this drive at their own 40-yard line. Peyton Guest a little shaken up, comes off limping a little bit.
Happen to have eyes on him. I think he got stepped on or cleated there.
Ooh. First down and 10, Bombers at their own 40 with the lead, 21-17, 5:59 left to go in this third quarter. And Richland, an impressive 11-play, 75-yard drive on their first possession here in the second half. Mackey split out right side, Woodard shotgun, short side of the field. There's the handoff, Brannon. And boy, a nice play by Skylar Bryant running that down, and that'll be a loss on first down for the Bombers back to the 37.
Good pursuit by Skylar Bryant. He was untouched from his defensive end position on the left side defensively. They ran away from him, and he took a great angle at the running back, was able to get some help up front to stretch it out and make the tackle from behind.
Richland with another different package there, a couple tight ends, and they did continue to run to that short side, which Eric also is your own side. Sometimes coaches like to have your runs towards your sideline so you can influence the official a little bit.
Boy, and look how far Lausanne is playing off Mackey. Unbelievable. Brannon now has some room left side, cuts through the line of scrimmage. Schneider in chase and gets knocked out of bounds finally by Peyton Zielinski, but not before getting inside the 30-yard line.
Boy, Connor Frazier just blown off the football on the block up front. You got to give credit to Richland's offensive line here. They've done a great job all night long, but here in the second half, just taking control.
30 yards on that Run around the left side. First down at 10. Richland in business once again at the Eastmont 31-yard line. Simmons stays in at running back. Gets the handoff. Left side, hurdles a player and jumps down to the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 for Richland on first down. And it seems like the momentum is changing here in this game.
Eric, you can see the Richland's push by their front there. It's got the Eastmont Wildcat defensive line on their heels a little bit. Richland with a different personnel set coming out in 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 running back.
On this second down and 4 for the Bombers. Woodard back to pass, all kinds of time again. Has a receiver in the end zone. Touchdown, Brady Bosick. 25 yards on that touchdown. Beautiful pass that time from Woodard.
This is as good as a high school throw that I've seen, man. That was on a rope at 25 yards. When he let go of that ball, Brady wasn't open yet. Knew that he had the matchup, and he broke free for the touchdown.
Brandon, you're right. That may be the nicest pass we've seen tonight.
The 25-yard pass is one thing, but to make sure that you're reading what he is, you stepped into the pocket and you fired a ball like that. Defensive back was doing a pretty good job, and when you have that many throws all season, you can kind of see some things.
There's Slack on for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. 4 minutes, 34 seconds left to go third quarter. It's now Richland 28 and Eastmont 17. We're back in 60.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
During our fall tire sale, save up to $250 on a set of 4 select tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Slack on to kick off for Richland. Back deep is Peyton Guest and Landon Moore. This will be taken by Guest at the 20-yard line. Stutter steps his way to the 25, now the 35, gets to the 40, across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
Exactly what Eastmont needed is a little shot in the arm right there with decent field position.
4:27 left to go third quarter. That scoring drive by Richland, 4 plays, 60 yards, 1 minute 25 seconds off the clock. Bosick from Woodard for 25 yards. The point after good, and that's where we sit right now at 28-17. Eastmont with good field position at their own 42-yard line.
Linebacker creeping up for Richland in the gap there.
Handoff is going to be more right side. Boy, maybe back to the line of scrimmage at the 42. Nice tackle that time by Richland's Cooper Schmidt from his defensive end position.
Pin and pull sweep play to the right there for Eastmont. Richland's left defensive end set the edge well, forcing the running back to put the brakes on to try to cut up field.
Right.
Richland's defensive front looking a little more sharp early in the second half than they were in the first.
Boy, they really are, aren't they? Second down and 10 now for Eastmont. No gain on that first down carry. Handoff, here's Peterson, left side, good gain across the 45, near midfield to the 48-yard line. Gain of 6 for Peterson. That'll bring up third down and 4.
Such a hard runner.
Oh, isn't he?
Contact the entire time, and he's still grinding out. 6 yards there, almost 7 yards.
And as Eric mentioned earlier, such great vision. He keeps that head up. He picks and chooses his holes, and then he uses that strength. Going to need it here. Third down and 4. Big third down for Eastmont, now down by 11. Fake handoff to Peterson. Here's Guest with all kinds of room around the left side across the 40. It looked like he stepped out at about the 38-yard line.
Eastmont takes the gas. The ball carrier for the Wildcats.
That'll be a nice gain for Eastmont.
Abe Garcia with a great pin block on the left-hand side to help bring the runner around there and gain that. Who's that runner again there?
Peyton Guest.
First down.
Down to the 38. First down at 10. Wildcats needing some points, down by 11 as I mentioned. Split left is Austin Ruffins. To the right side, it looks like Jackson West. Handoff up the middle, it's Peterson. Nothing's fancy about that. Gets up to the 31-yard line. Gain of 7 for Peterson on that carry. No panic in the Wildcats yet. They're sticking to their game plan. Down by 11. We're at 3:03 left in the third quarter.
I noticed Luke Gale again was keeping his eye on the play clock and snapping it under 10 seconds.
Is there a penalty on the play? I didn't see anything.
No, I think they're having more problems with the clock. Yeah, they're having to talk to Russ again to get him to talk to the booth and fix the clock once again. I think it's running after some of these plays.
So it's at 3:03 right now. Let's see what it's adjusted to in this 28-17 ball game. Could have been a good one here from Wildcat Stadium as we transition now from daytime football to evening football, and clock's going to run off quite a few seconds, down to 2:42.
Well, it was a running play, and they stopped it after the play.
You know, I've noticed that earlier tonight, too, that's happened. But anyway, play action this time. Gale looking to the end zone. Has Travato there, and he catches it. Both players with the catch. That goes to the offense at the 3-yard line. 28 yards from Gale downfield to Travato, and Eastmont first down and goal.
Good pump and go by Luke Gale, and as you mentioned, Grant, if there's simultaneous possession of the ball, it goes to the offense.
Inside the 5 to the 3-yard line.
Eastmont had a number 2 receiver on their top of their formation coming across the post wide open. I thought that's who he was going to go to, and he made that throw to Travato there with a great battle to come down with it.
First down and goal, Wildcats at the Bomber 3-yard line. Handoff right side, why not? It's Gunnar Peterson into the end zone, touchdown. 3 yards for Peterson.
Gunnar Peterson, the Wildcat ball carrier.
Huge answer for the Wildcats on that drive, mixing run and pass, taking it right down the throat of the Richland defense, coming up with a big score.
That's what we were saying, Eric. Eastmont really didn't deviate from their game plan on that drive, just kept it on the ground, kept doing what they always do, and it ends up in a touchdown. Peppermint on for the point after. Kick is up.
Got a flag down.
Kick is good. As Eric mentioned, there is a flag.
Came from the guy, one of the officials under the goalpost, so that means typically that you got somebody covering the center, which you can't do. So they're going to ask Coach Don if he wants to take the penalty and do it again, maybe go for 2, or take the points and then take the penalty on the kickoff, which is what he'll do.
2:01 left to go here in the third quarter. It's Richland 28 and Eastmont 24. 30 seconds. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their #1 priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off is available. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Also by Harvest Valley Pest Control. Living healthy, local, and pest-free. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. Eastmont scoring drive, 6 plays, 58 yards, took off 2 minutes, 26 seconds off the clock. A 3-yard touchdown run by Gunnar Peterson. Extra point good, and we got a good one. 28-24 our score with just a little over 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Escalara, left-footed kicker, will kick it off. Good high end-over-end kick. It's taken by Race Reeves at about the 5-yard line. Has some room up the middle of the field. Eric mentioned how dangerous he is, and he's got green grass. 40, 30-yard line, 20, down to the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, 95 yards for Race Reeves.
Might have been even more than that.
He's actually 99 yards. He was almost on the goal line when he received that kickoff.
He looked down, I think, to see if he was actually receiving it inside the end zone.
No flags down, and that will stand. Just like that, it's 34-24.
Graydon Schneider for Eastmont made a heck of an effort coming all the way across the field, running towards the pylon, not running at the return back to try to chase him down, and just couldn't quite get there. A couple of Richland blocks to help him spring free.
Boy, I guess. On to the extra point is Jason Slack. This crowd got quiet in a big hurry here at Wildcat Stadium with that 98 least yard touchdown kickoff return. Kick is up, and the kick is good by Slack. 1:44 left to go, third quarter. Richland 35 and Eastmont 24. We're back in 60 seconds.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? Open up a world of possibilities when you sell your home and make those dreams real. At ColdwellBanker.com, you can get an instant estimate on your home, compare cost of living city by city, and learn more about our revolutionary seller's assurance program. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams. At ColdwellBanker.com.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
All right, Richland on that. Well, you guys say 99-yard kickoff return by Royce Reeves. And we've got a 35-24 ball game. Eastmont will get this kickoff. Here it comes from Jason Slack. Bouncer taken at the 25-yard line. A slip up to the 35. Kick was taken by Brody Yale, his second return of this game. And Eastmont will have it there at the 37-yard line. 1:37 left to go, third quarter.
Yeah, the interesting part about that kickoff return is, Brad and I were both looking at that. I was downfield level looking at it, and it looked to me like one foot was in the end zone when he took that football on the kickoff return. If that's the case, of course, not going to matter now, but if that's the case, that's a touchback.
Right. Big possession right here for the Wildcats. First down and 10. Gale back to pass. Ball is deflected at the line of scrimmage. Boy, he had Peyton Guest wide open at the hash marks, but instead it goes incomplete.
I mentioned Brandon Drewbay that had 3 passes knocked down last week against Central Valley, or earlier this week. The 6'4", 200-pound junior got a big pop there again, knocked another one down.
So with the incompletion, second down and 10 for the Wildcats. Split left side is Travato. Handoff, it's Peterson around the right side. Has a ton of room and a lot of grass in front of him down to the 40 to 36 yard line. It's where they're going to mark him out, I think, at the 36. That's about a 33-yard run for Peterson there. He's having a pretty good game too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I was just getting ready to say, Richland's got Eastmont in a good position. They're 2nd and 10. That's where Richland wants to deal with Eastmont's offense, and it doesn't matter when you get a 33-yard gash run like that.
All right, at the 35-yard line, again, it's Peterson. Gets corralled right at about the 35-yard line, and they're going to mark him with maybe a 1-yard gain.
Eric, I just got a confirmation on the kickoff. If the rule is if the ball crosses the goal line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got people watching at home, Brennan, sending you texts?
He's got connections everywhere.
Maybe a soon retired Wenatchee football coach gave me a heads up on that one.
Here's the handoff this time around the right side. It's Landon Moore with some room to run. Gallops across the 15 and is down to about the 14-yard line. 20 yards for Landon Moore. Good blocking around the right side for Eastmont.
Nice counter punch there for Eastmont. Inside run followed by outside sweep. Let your wing guy get some speed on the edge.
All the way down to the Richland 13-yard line. First down and 10, Eastmont. Needing points here, down by 11. And we've got an encroachment on the defense, it looks like, and that'll give Eastmont another 5 yards, and it'll take it inside the Richland 10-yard line.
Bombers.
That's that play where they send guys in motion, and then Luke will bark something out. Yeah, that's second time he's drawn the defense on him.
So first down and 5 for Eastmont now. Need to get down to about the Richland 3-yard line. With Travato split out left side, the wide side of the field. Peterson in behind Gale. It's Peterson up the middle of the field. Once again, breaks through that first tackler with his hands on him. Jackson Jones, the big lineman, but Peterson gets down to the 3-yard line, gain of 5.
Gonna get one more play before the quarter.
28 seconds and counting here.
Third down and 1.
The adjustments that the Richland defensive line made earlier in the quarter.
Well, they just motioned for a first down, so they stopped the clock momentarily. Slider, Brandon. Now to restart the clock here. They should restart the clock right now. They did.
First and goal now for Eastmont. Moore in motion. Has the handoff around the right side into the end zone. Touchdown, Landon Moore, 4 yards out. A much-needed touchdown for the Wildcats.
Well, Eastmont says, I'll see your 99-yard kickoff return, and I'll raise you a running game for a TD.
Yeah, I'll raise you a 63-yard drive. And that's what it was for the Wildcats with 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Kai Pepperman once again on for the extra point try. To make this once again a 4-point game. Good hold by Schneider. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 14 seconds left to go. I think we'll keep it here before the quarter break. It's 35-31 now. And, guys, we got a heck of a ball game here. It's going to come down, I think, to what defense can stop the other one here late in this game.
You're right on the hold there. Graydon Schneider had to dig that out of the mud a little bit. Got it up.
That was a low snap. He did a great job there.
He did.
Today's broadcast brought to you by the Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on the Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulators. Give the Highlander a call at 509-884-4653. And by the Inland Northwest Honda dealers, including Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. 35-31 as we wind down the third quarter.
Aaron Escobar preparing to kick off.
6 plays and 63 yards for the Wildcats, and about a minute 25 off the clock is all. Nice drive for Eastmont to answer that kickoff return touchdown. Escalara will get ready to kick off, the left-footed kicker. And once again, the very dangerous return men back for Richland. Already proved that, Race Reeves and Jacob Brannon. High end-over-end kick, taking it to 10-yard. It's Reeves again. Nowhere to go this time as he is stopped shy of the 20-yard line. Hit hard there.
Alex Hampton blew up the, oh no, I'm sorry, that's
he's hurt.
Diego Paredes.
Return man Reeves came up limping on the left side. He tried to stop there and got tripped up by the 19-yard line.
And that's where Richland will have it with 8 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. This play will wrap up the quarter. And we've got a heck of a fourth quarter coming your way here right on the NCWLIFE Channel. Should be a good one. 1st and 10 Bombers. Mackey split out to the right side. Woodard and shotgun. Here's Brannon on the carry. A good head of steam as he crosses the 25 and gets out to the 26-yard line. 7 yards on first down, and that will do it for our third quarter of play. Boy, don't go anywhere. We've got a great fourth quarter coming your way. Our score, Richland 35 and Eastmont 31. We're back in 60 seconds.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
Hi everybody, Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
Just about set to start the fourth quarter here at Wildcat Stadium. We've got a good crossover playoff game going for you tonight. Its score is Richland 35 and Eastmont 31. Richland has it, 2nd down and 4 from their own 26-yard line. Boy, the Eastmont defense, goes without saying, needs a stop here. And a Richland offense that seems to be having their way here tonight as Brannon gets the handoff, stumbles, then slips again. That'll be a 3-yard loss on that carry.
Thank you, Mr. Rain Showers.
Boy, I guess.
Eastmont, for the first time, their defensive line pre-snap stem movement to give Richland a different look. It ran towards the wide side of the field on that play.
3rd down and 7 for Richland now. The ball moved back to the 23-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Woodard shotgun. Brannon stays in there at running back. Heward rolling to his left. Finds his man, Bosick. That's right at the line to gain and just passed it to the 30-yard line. Gain of 7, and that'll be another first down.
It's been a go-to play for him on 3rd down and middle yardage, right? A sprint out, nice little sit route. Missed a face mask there, I think, too.
DB's playing way off these receivers, too, which gives that short little pass a lot more chance for success.
Eastmont having Nez Shoemaker out on the corners now as well here in the second half.
1st and 10 for the Bombers at their own 30-yard line. Handoff is Brannon left side, and a great defensive play by Bryant. Skylar Bryant on the stop. And that'll be a loss of 2 yards.
Well, they're reading that, so like we talked about, they like to run to the short side of the field, hand it off to that running back, Brannon. And a couple of times now, Skylar Bryant has shot from his defensive end spot on the left side, chased it down for the backside, loss on the play.
Zone blocking scheme, everybody step into one direction. That leaves the backside end free to rush. and you scrape close to that line of scrimmage, sometimes you can chase that play off, and that's what he did right there.
2nd down and 12. Bombers from their own 28-yard line. Crowd getting into it here at Eastmont. Woodard back to pass, and he is going deep over the middle of the field, and the ball is picked off there by Lisson, returning it 40, 45, 50 into Bomber territory down at the 48-yard line. Just what Eastmont needed.
I was just about to say, after that last play, somebody's got to step up and make a play, and it looked like for the first time Woodard lost the handle of that ball as he let go of it, had an awkward duck flutter to it, and Leeson back there with a huge interception for Eastmont.
10-16 left to go, 4th quarter. Ball at the Richland 48-yard line. Eastmont down by 4. Gale under center. Once again, it's Travato split out right side. Ruffin's back in there on the left side. Handoff up the middle. It's Gunnar Peterson picking his way through the line of scrimmage. And just like that, an 8-yard gain for Peterson up to the 41-yard line.
Little power play to the left-hand side. Lead from the backside guard for Gunnar to run underneath him. Just running hard at this point. They know they're smelling momentum here. That's going their way.
7 on that carry for Peterson. Brings up 2nd down and 3 now for Eastmont. Richland back to that 5-man defensive front. Here's the handoff again. It's Peterson, and a ton of room. Cuts it back up the field across the 20, and they're going to mark him at the 19-yard line. 23 yards for Peterson on that carry.
So, Brandon, Coach, I got to ask you, do you go for 2 here if Eastmont scores?
I would.
That'd make it a 3-point game.
Right, yeah, I think at this point you have to, with this kind of a game back and forth. Eastmont's offense obviously is built to grind, not for firepower.
1st down, handoff this time around the edge. It's Peyton Gass, cuts it back upfield. Doesn't quite get 1st down yardage, but gets 9 on that carry.
Gotta love Peyton Gass, one of the smallest guys on the field. He just kind of disappears and then squirts out like you shot him out of a tube of toothpaste. He gets 8-9 yards on a play.
Smallish is right, 5'7", 155 pounds. 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats, 8:42 left in the ball game. There's Peterson up the middle, smelling that goal line, and gets knocked down at the 1 after another 10-yard carry for Gunnar Peterson. Bringing in the big boys once again. The Wildcats as they bring in Josh Leonhard and Skylar Bryant in this formation. 1st and goal from the Richland 1-yard line. Clock moving at 8:19 left to go. This time it's Ruffin split out right side wide. Handoff, it's Peterson, and he just walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastmont.
They're going for 1. They will kick. They will not go for 2.
37-35. Yeah, you're right, Eric. That'll make it a 4-point game. A 2-point conversion. This will keep it at a 3-point game if it's successful.
I guess with the kind of field conditions we have tonight, you're not banking on a big field goal to win a game. It's a risk in a high school game anyway for a field goal for winning, unless you got a really good kicker, and then the field of conditions, they play a role in it as well.
Pepperman on for the extra point. Snyder the hold. Kick is up and it looks wide. It is. It's missed to the right side. 8:09 left, 4th quarter. Eastmont 37 and Richland 35. Back again at 60 seconds.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The
all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
That Eastmont drive, 5 plays, 52 yards, 2 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. A 1-yard touchdown run by Gunnar Peterson. The point after, no good, and that's where we sit, 37-35. Don't go anywhere as Escalara kicks it off for the Wildcats. Will it stay in bounds? It does, and goes into the end zone.
Considering he already has a 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, that's a fantastic kickoff.
It really is.
A little surprised they continue to kick it down in that direction.
So the Bombers have it at their own 20-yard line with 8 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. Richland down by 2, 37-35. What a great high school football game. It's weird, isn't it, seeing Eastmont give up so many points in a game? We haven't seen that all year long.
Yeah, it's really about matchups, and when you get to this point of the year, you know, every team you play, even though last week was a league game against Moses Lake, you're playing playoff atmosphere type games and good quality opponents.
Eastmont crowd gets into it. On this first down, Woodard slings it right side. He's got his receiver there, and it's Mackey. And a pretty nice run after that catch, too, to get a couple of extra yards. It looks like it'll be about 7 yards on first down.
Eastmont tends to play a pretty loose zone on the wide side of the field, so it's a safe play for Richland to roll out and throw that 7-yard hitch there for first down. Now you're in a great position. Get a lot. Your playbook's a lot deeper on 2nd and short.
Absolutely. 2nd and 2. Handoff, Brannon, right side, plenty of yardage, and he's pushed out of bounds by Schneider across the 40. And he'll be marked down at the 42, 14 yards on that carry for Brannon.
This may be a game of who has the ball last.
Well, that's what it seems right now. It sure does.
Richland sticking to that boundary side zone run, catching Eastmont up on their heels a little bit.
.754 now left, fourth quarter. First down at 10 for Richland. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 2 backers in there too. Generally that's for blocking, but we'll see it's not. And it's a keeper by Woodard as he crosses the 45 to the 46-yard line. Be a gain of 4 for Richland on first down.
With all their zone runs, we haven't seen a read off of that or a called keep in that case. Eastmont's really reading the running back, as that's been the key all game, and so to get a 4-yard gain out of that, again, now you're 2nd and 6.
But I just can't help notice how far Lusan is playing off the receiver, 10 yards back from his defensive back position. Here's Woodard, going to be a pitch play this time to Brannon, left side, gets a block, maybe a hold, and that flag is thrown. Mora was the one that was held. Pretty obvious in front of everyone.
The only person that argued that one was the guy who was doing the holding.
Right.
Chris Daniels was out there at the point of attack, and he had the defender on that side absolutely held and held and held some more. And I was waiting for the flag to come out, and I was like, oh, my gosh, there has to be a penalty flag. And there were 2.
And he's still trying to tell his teammates in the huddle, I didn't hold him.
It wasn't me.
I kept my hands inside.
So this is a break for the Wildcats here with 7:13 left now. And the ball's going to be placed at the Bomber 36-yard line. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 16. Simmons in now at running back for Richland. Woodard rolling to the right. Can't find anybody and gets caught in the backfield. Big number 75, Damian Arellano, playing a heck of a game with that stop.
Boy, I'll tell you, There's an MVP for Eastmont right there. He's made a couple of plays, stops for a loss, sack right there, and, of course, his blocking up front on the offensive side for Gunnar Peterson goes without mentioning.
Key to a sprint out for the offense is making sure that edge contained. On defense, you want to blow that edge up as much as you can, and the quarterback, like you saw, had to put his feet in the ground, and then there's a sack after it.
3rd down and 20 now for Richland. 6:20 left in the 4th quarter. Woodard, a ton of time. He's winging it right side. Flag comes down. Going to be short of the first down, and then it's his first down yardage by Reeves as he crosses midfield to the 47.
See what the flag is.
We have another one with, so looks like Kurt threw the flag, and now his hat's off too, so. Thinking it's a hold
against the defense.
Hold on against Eastmont, and then
going to be a first down any way we look at it here, I guess.
There's the hold on the defense.
That one's declined.
First down.
So Richland keeps his drive alive. This is on a 3rd and 20 for the Bombers.
What's the thing about Richland's offense and how they can wing the football around? We talk about those plays. How many high school teams have a play for 3rd and 20? Well, Richland actually does.
That was a gain of about 15 as that stands now down to the Eastmont 47-yard line. First down and 10 with 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Woodard slips rolling to his left, finds his man anyway. It's Reeves at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a quick gain of 7 yards on first down for the Bombers.
Well, good coverage by Mora, but again, Woodard just showing his athleticism, rolling to his left and still able to wing that ball downfield with the right arm. Just impressive young man.
Took a slide, too, right before he planted his foot to throw it.
He did. 2nd and 3 for Richland, right at the Eastmont 40-yard line. Trip receivers right side this time as Simmons in now at running back. Option play again, and a lot of room for Simmons across the 30. Gets thrown down at the 28-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 12.
Ball carrier John Simmons for Richland.
That option has worked a couple of times now tonight for Richland.
What's impressive to me is that's called by the quarterback. He's reading that defense, and he's calling that play, seeing that end by himself coming upfield, knowing that he's going to get hit, so let's get rid of it quick on the option.
And that's exactly what happened. Praiser took him and left that end open. 1st and 10 again, Richland. Now the ball at the 28-yard line of Eastmont. Woodard rolling to his right, looking right, has a man again. It's Mackey on his feet still, and now gets taken down at the 10-yard line. 18 yards on that play for Richland. Boy, Woodard is just dead on when he throws the football.
Eastmont, yeah, they did a great job of cutting off that rollout. He just stopped early so he didn't continue his sprint out, and then threw on the break. You could see Mackey making the cut. Wasn't open when the ball was out of his hand, and then he broke free.
They just know where to find the soft spots back there, too, these receivers. Woodard shotgun on this first down and 10. The ball is at the Eastmont 15. Woodard looking left, again has a receiver. And once again, Leeson playing very far off of him, and that's a touchdown, 15 yards. Bosick on the reception from Woodard.
Just a basic slant pattern there. Route was take 3 steps, slant, wide open, and then the rest was on him. Get that yard after the catch, plunging for the touchdown.
That was an impressive drive by Richland right there, 80 yards. Bombers retake the lead now 41-27 or 37 with 4:28 left to go. Richland gets some personnel out there for the extra point try. And it looks like going to go for 2 here are the Bombers. Woodard in shotgun. Simmons in the backfield with him. Woodard straight back this time. Lobs it into the corner of the end zone. It's caught, and the 2-point conversion to Reeves is successful. 4:28 left to go in this fourth quarter, rather. It's Richland 43, Eastmont 37. Back in 60 seconds.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Hi everybody, Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. My heat pump there's like steam coming out of it. It's making weird noises. Is this something I need to be concerned about?
No, Dan, that's normal operation. Refrigeration technology steals heat from the outside, transfers it to the inside, and it creates frost on your heat pump. The defrost cycle melts that off, which creates steam and a little bit of noise.
That makes sense. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
9 plays, 80 yards, 3 minutes, 42 seconds off the clock. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Woodard to Bosick. 2-point conversion good, and that's where we stand, 43-37. Here's the kickoff taken by Schneider. A nice run back across the 35. I think they're going to mark him at about the 38-yard line. So it's all in front of the Wildcats here. You're down by 6, 4:23 left to go in the game.
Grant, what were the durations of Eastmont's last 2 scoring drives?
Eastmont's last 2 scoring drives was 2:07, and the other one was only 1:53 off the clock.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, there is. 1st and 10 Wildcats, 4:23 left to go on the clock. Handoff. Gunnar Peterson has room left side. Almost a horse collar, it looked like over there.
Yeah, they're going to get at least a face mask at the end of it. That'll add 15 yards to it.
Tackle made by Rick Reed. There's a penalty flag on the play.
19 yards on that carry for Peterson, and a nice run on first down.
I guess the question is here, do you score too quickly?
Well, that is a question. Clock stopped at 4:15. Richland seems to be doing whatever they want on offense. 4 touchdowns this half for the Bombers, 3 for Eastmont this half. It's been a score fest compared to the first half.
We should say hello to the over 350 people watching on Facebook right now, not only here, but probably the Tri-Cities as well and all over the state of Washington. Hello, and thanks for joining us on the NCWLIFE Channel.
And you folks watching from Richland, you got a heck of a football team, that's for sure. With the lead here, 43-37, 1st down and 10 for Eastmont. There's Peterson again, up the middle. He gets upended at the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 on 1st down. This is what you want to do if you're Eastmont. 4 or 5 yards on 1st, just keep that clock moving.
You lean on your all-league, potentially all-state running back.
Right.
Put the ball in his hands. Do what you do well. Your best play right here. Trap.
Why not? Peterson again. He gets hit hard right at the line of scrimmage. And again, that was Silan Kiesel Kahuan. How you say that, Eric? Kuhani?
Kayuhani.
Kayuhani. Heck of a shot on Gunnar Peterson right there. 3rd down and 5. Peterson in the backfield. Handoff is Peterson, gets through the line of scrimmage, the 5 into the end zone, touchdown, Gunnar Peterson, 21 yards.
Coach Don says not 2-down territory. Let's just go for the touchdown right here. And Gunnar again running that great trap play for a 21-yard touchdown.
All important extra point.
Absolutely. On for the kick is Pepperman. Schneider with the hold for Eastmont. 3 minutes left to go. Here's the kick. It's up, it's through the middle, and it is good. 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Don't go anywhere. It's Eastmont 44 and Richland 43. We're back in 30 seconds.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family. What makes Abby's triple topper so great?
Canadian bacon, pepperoni, ground beef.
With these premium toppings piled to the edge, it's a whole lot of pizza on sale for a very special price. Order your triple topper now at abbys.com.
Say 220.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Kennedy Real Estate Group. They're more than selling houses, they're building communities. Buying or selling, call the Kennedy Real Estate Group online at kennedygroup.com. And by Les Schwab. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. Eastmont's Drive, 4 plays, 62 yards, 1 minute, 23 seconds off the clock. 21-yard touchdown run by Gunnar Peterson. The Peppermint kick good, and this is where we are, folks. 44-43, 3 minutes left to go in this game. Doesn't get much better than this.
And the question, did Eastmont score too quickly?
Yeah, you mentioned that, and that may be the thing here. Let's find out as Escalera set to kick off for the, Escalera.
No, it's Peppermint.
Oh, it is Peppermint.
Different kicker this time.
Wow, right-footed kicker, not the left-footed Escalera. Onside kick, and the ball's still loose.
I think Eastmont's got it.
What a call at 3 minutes left in the game. Who's got it? No signal yet.
Looks like Richland's holding on to it. Eastmont's not celebrating there.
Oh. What a call at this stage of the game.
Wow.
Richland has it at their own 47-yard line with 2 minutes and 56 seconds left. Interesting call there, Eric.
Yeah, caught everybody off guard, including Richland and our officials here. The Richland bench, coaches are screaming for an illegal hit because Eastmont's coverage team came down and just blasted the guy that was closest to the ball. That's where it came loose, and it looked like for a moment Eastmont had covered it, but no, Richland football, golden field position.
Strap in. Here we go. 2:56 left in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Bombers right side. Good coverage by the freshman Zaliski as he breaks up that pass to Mackey.
It's a big-time play by a 9th grade
Isn't that something?
In his first playoff game, and Woodard zeroing in, looking it down, so that helps the defense, obviously, and a little late on that throw.
2nd down and 10, Richland. Clock stopped at 2:51. Woodard rolling to his left. Eastmont defender slips. Ball is lobbed left side and caught by Reeves. What a pass that time by Woodard, down to the 26-yard line. 21 yards on that lob pass from Woodard. What a pass.
Just a lollipop. Just threw it right in the hole. Would have brought a little rain with it there.
Ball will be spotted at the 27-yard line. Clock stopped at 2:45 left. 44-43 Eastmont. Clinging to this 1-point lead. Woodard, shotgun. 3-step drop. Steps up in the pocket. Finds his receiver down to the 22-yard line. And that's Reeves on the catch. It'll be a gain of 5 yards. Clock moving now. 2.5 minutes left in the game. 2nd down and about 6 for Richland. Ball at the Eastmont 22-yard line. Brannon in the backfield, gets the handoff. Wanted the middle, slips it left side. Picks up enough for the first down. And it looks like down at about the 16-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 for Richland. And a fresh set of downs.
Eastmont dropping another extra DB in there to help with the passing defense, and that opens up that run a little bit more. We saw against Moses Lake last week. Moses Lake wasn't willing to commit to running the ball like that, and Richland has.
Clock's at 2:12. 1st down and 10 Bombers. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. That's the right side of Woodard as he directs Brannon behind him left side. Woodard's going to keep it and then pitch it back to Brannon into the end zone, and a touchdown for Richland.
Got a hold.
Yep, it's coming back.
Oh, it is coming back. right at about the 3-yard line is where that flag came down, maybe about the 5. What a break for Eastmont there with 2:06 left now. Big call here late in this game.
That's a good call. I was right here. The wideout on this side was holding the defensive back in the corner to allow the running back to come up the sideline to get into the end zone. So a good call.
Coach Neidhold just picked his arms up like, again. But as Eric said, that was pretty obvious down there.
How about the jump pass option?
Was that
Woodard,
something?
Man, what an athletic kid.
Well, and he took a heck of a hit for doing that too, by the way.
1st and 9 from the 15-yard line. Woodard rolling to his right, looking that way, and has a receiver who falls down at about the 11-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 on 1st down for Richland.
I was just going to say, at what point do you start taking timeouts if you're Eastmont to have time left on the clock? And Coach Don takes one right here.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Sangster Motors, family-owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. And by Save Mart, shop smart, shop local, serving the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. And by Together for Youth, encouraging you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. 1:47 left to go here. Could this get any better? The end of this
it's a great game. It's exactly what you could hope for. First round playoff kind of atmosphere here. Tight to the end. Offensive battle. Coming down as Grant, you've talked about, or sorry, Eric, you down on the field there. What's the conditions going to be if Richland has to kick a field goal here?
Well, again, this is the least used portion of the field. So of the field, this is the best footing you're going to find is inside the 20. Jason Slack has shown he has the leg, but they have had their issues on the field goals or the extra points so far tonight. He did miss one.
Trips left side on this 2nd down and 5 for Richland. That's the wide side again as Woodward rolls to the right and nothing doing. In fact, a loss of about 5 yards back to the original line of scrimmage at the 15-yard line.
Timeout again, Eastmont.
We will take one too. Minute 39 left to go, 4th quarter. Eastmont clinging to a 44-43 lead. We are back in 30 seconds.
Hey man, how's it going?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction is not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
All right, here's the situation. 1 minute, 39 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. Eastmont is leading this one, 44-43. Richland has it, 3rd down and 9 from the Eastmont 15-yard line.
And again, remember, Richland had great field position after Eastmont scored the go-ahead touchdown. Went for the onside kick. Richland recovered, so here they are.
3rd down, Woodard rolling to his left. Has a receiver. He's had him all night. Inside the 10, a run after the catch gets him down to the 6-yard line, and that may be enough for a 1st down for Richland. They're going to mark it at the 5. It is. That pass has been there all night long for Richland. It just has. Both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Boy, now if you're Eastmont, oh boy. Got to use your 3rd timeout. This is the last time you can stop the clock.
Timeout, Eastmont.
And really, you know, with the running offense that Eastmont has, it's not like they're going to get down the field quickly either, Brandon.
Right, that's not what they're built for.
No.
Coach Don has done a great job of making sure that this offense is built around a very strong, athletic offensive line and a very powerful running back. He's done the same look for years. What they do not do is spread the ball around and chuck it downfield a lot.
No,
it's just not who they're built to be.
And, you know, one advantage is they have Luke Gale, who does have a good arm, and Adrian Ruffins, who's 6'4", that helps you too. If you need a pass, throw it up there and let Ruffins go get it.
And my unofficial stats show Ruffins without a catch tonight, so Richland's done a good job of eliminating that threat. But yeah, it's going to be a tough field to go your length of the field using the Eastmont offense that's very traditionally a wing T style counter trap power focused offense.
And we need to point out, Richland hasn't gotten it in the end zone yet either, and they're going to take some more time off of this clock, which is going to leave Eastmont, if they score, even less time.
Watch a handoff here.
First and goal, Richland at the 5-yard line. Called it Eric, handoff Brannon, wanted the middle of the field. Prazer totally missed that tackle at about the 3, and into the end zone for the touchdown is Brannon. Prazer had his hands on him and then just kind of let go of him, and that allowed him to get into the end zone.
I would almost...
I know what you're going to say.
Let him do it?
I almost think they let him score.
I think they kind of had to.
Because Prazer doesn't tackle that way.
No.
Right.
Well, there was another shot at about the 1, and they didn't take the shot. So I think you're out of timeouts, you're running out of clock, and yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough. I mean, you hate that as a coach. You have to tell your players to pull back, right, because of the circumstances of the game. It just goes against everything that you want to do as a coach. But sometimes you have to do that.
So Richland will go for 2 here to try to make this a 7-point ball game. It's 49-44. Here we go with the 2-point conversion. Woodard jump pass into the end zone, has a receiver, and the 2-point conversion is good. 1 minute, 18 seconds left. It's Richland 51 and Eastmont 44. We're back in 60 seconds.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
That Richland scoring drive, 8 plays, 53 yards, 1 minute, 42 seconds off the clock. A 5-yard touchdown run by Brannon. 2-point conversion good. We are at 51-44, and Eastmont will have a shot to tie this one up or maybe win it. Here's the kick. It's deep. Guest takes it inside his 5-yard line. Out to the 15, tries to take it outside. He can't, and he'll be down at about the 17. 9 touchdowns in this second half between the two teams. 5 for Richland, 4 for Eastmont. Can Eastmont make it 5 and possibly tie this one up with a 1:10 left in the game?
Well, I'll take you to last year at Moses Lake. Eastmont doesn't get to the playoffs if they don't beat the Mavericks on their home field on a Hail Mary by Luke Gale to win the game.
Wasn't it to Ruffins, too? It might have been Adrian on that
Adrian
one.
Ruffins,
okay.
Yeah. Or Austin Ruffins.
All right, here's Gale scrambling out of pressure. He's going to keep it now and run out of bounds. Gets hit late.
15, thank you.
And that is Chris Daniels that made that mistake there on the Eastmont sideline, and that'll give the Wildcats 15 more yards.
Chris Daniels.
Of course, that'll fuel the Richland fire on how they're getting homered here tonight.
Well, that was a pretty easy call to make.
Yeah, he was a couple yards out of bounds easily on that play, and that'll take the ball up across the 40-yard line. Eastmont's going to have some great field position here. It's going to be spotted at the 42. 1:03, and Eastmont has no timeouts left. Down by 7, 51-44. Split out left, Travato, also Ruffins. Jackson West on the short side of the field as Gale rolls to the left, dumps it out there. There's Ruffins, his first catch of the night, and it's a nice gain into Richland territory down to the 43-yard line. 15 yards on that play for Eastmont, and now in Bomber territory with 56.8 seconds left.
So sprint out to the left there, much like Richland had done earlier in the night. You're looking at that 5 to 10 yard out. Get it to him as quick as you can and let him run.
Right.
Get out of bounds, stop that clock.
Travato and Ruffins will split out right on this 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. The ball at the Bomber 43-yard line. Play action. Gale rolls right. Receiver fell down, Travato. And that goes incomplete and stops the clock and bring up 2nd down. 52 seconds left now. 2nd down and 10 for Eastmont. These teams trying to stay alive and get into the state 4A football playoffs. Well, let's give you an idea. 3 losses for Richland in that mid-Columbia conference,
right.
And they're this good a team, and they had 3 losses in that conference. That tells you how tough that league is down there.
Right, the one loss of more than a touchdown was against, I think, Chiawana.
Right. 2nd and 10, Gale rolling to his right, throws it along the sideline, and no one home there. Incomplete and brings up now 3rd down and 10 with the clock stopped.
Had a woman taken out here by the defender, clipped underneath her legs and took her down hard. She is really shaken up.
Ooh.
Ball remains at the 43-yard line.
47.4 seconds left.
I'll give credit to the Richland players. After they collided with her, they all were very concerned and saying, you know, give her space, still looking over here.
Yeah, you don't like to see that, that's for sure. This fantastic ball game. Official timeout right now.
Adrian Ruffins was asked to, he looks shaken up here.
You know, I think he got shaken up on that 15-yard completion he had. He came back to the huddle and he wasn't quite right then. I don't think he's still quite right.
When you see him hovering over the garbage can there, you wonder if he took a shot to the head. And
right.
When the ref blows the play dead, moves you off.
3rd down and 10. Big play and flags fly. And that once again will be false start on Eastmont. Boy, at the worst point of this game, 45 seconds. You're already facing 3rd down and 10. And that's going to make this even tougher for the Wildcats.
Personnel change. Your most experienced receiver has to come out. You got a sub that comes in. It's late in the game. You're trying to get a play in. Not set. Clock's running down. You see it.
.8 seconds left. 3rd down and 15 for the Wildcats at Richland's 48-yard line.
You can see how deep, Eric, all 3 defensive backs for Richland are playing.
Gale slings it sidearm. It was almost caught by Peyton Guest and goes in.
What an opportunity. Both defenders fell down. Oh.
Well, guys, this is the game right here. 4th and 15. Eastmont can't stop the clock. So if they turn it over on downs here, Richland just needs to run the clock out.
Ruffins, after removing some substance from his stomach, back on the field.
Wouldn't it be something if he's the one that comes in and makes the catch now to keep this drive alive? He's split out right side along with Jace Travato. Gale, here we go. 4th down and 15. Gale has time over the middle of the field, and it's picked off. And then downed by Brody Bosick. And Richland is going to come away with the victory here at Eastmont Stadium.
Such a tough read. You have 8 defensive backs dropped. You got 3 rushing. Everywhere the quarterback's eyes are going, the defensive backs are following, and didn't have anywhere to go with it.
Boy, some dejected players down on that Eastmont sideline as they come to the realization their season has come to an end here after coming into this one at 9-0, 6th ranked in the AP poll and one of 2 teams undefeated in 4A football, along with number 1 Graham Kapowson. So a disappointment here for the Wildcats. Victory formation for Richland as Woodard takes a knee, and that'll do it. That will do it as Richland celebrates along the far sideline, and they come into East Wenatchee and upset, as I mentioned, the Big 9 champion Eastmont Wildcats. Our final score, Richland 51 and Eastmont 44. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and we'll come right back. Stay with us.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Grant Olson along with Eric Granstrom and Brandon Harle. We are back at Wildcat Stadium where the Eastmont Wildcats season has come to an end as Richland defeats Eastmont by a final score of 51-44. Eastmont finishes the season at 9-1. Richland with the win improves to 7-4. And Brandon, that's as good a high school football game as I've seen in quite a while. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, I mean, so often these games are lopsided throughout the season. To see a game that's fought all the way to the end, obviously without the result that we had hoped for here in Eastmont. Really impressive to see, though.
And, you know, besides the dominance by Richland's offense, which they were dominant tonight, 2 plays really stand out to me tonight. One is the onside kick, which was huge. And I'm trying to think of the second one. It just
the 99-yard
kickoff
return.
Kickoff return and the onside kick were the 2 plays that changed this game.
Yeah, definitely momentum shifters. Eastmont scores, kicks off. We talked about kind of the boxing analogy, right? You take your shot, you get punch, you get knocked down. Well, you come back with a cross and you get the 99-yard touchdown back. Momentum swinging back and forth. It's too bad. I mean, Eastmont had such a great year. 28 seniors battling till the very end here on their home field.
Well, I've been doing games here for about 16 years, and this is the best Eastmont team I can remember, and I'm sure it goes way back before that. This team, these folks should be very proud of. That was a solid team, and Coach Don did a great job this year as well.
Yeah, I mean, when you go undefeated and it hits you in the face like it does right now, I could tell you in the 09 team over at Wenatchee, we were ranked as high as 2nd or 3rd in the state at a point, and we were 9-0 going into the playoffs, fully expecting to knock out Ferris in the first round. And when it's done so fast, it's just so sudden. And it hurts for a while.
It really does. Richland scored on their first 3 possessions, and the third one was that 99-yard kickoff return by Reeves. And then an interception for Richland, and then 2 more scoring drives for the Bombers. So 5 touchdowns for Richland just in the second half, and Eastmont hasn't given up 5 touchdowns all year long. Eastmont, They punted on their first possession of the second half and then scored on 4 straight drives before this late interception late in the game ended it for the Eastmont Wildcats. Once again, it was Richland 51 and Eastmont 44. You got some stats for us, Brandon?
I'm working on them. There's a lot of numbers
Let's
over
take
here.
a 60-second timeout.
Okay.
We'll come back for more. Stay with us.
Allergens. You can't see them, but they live in your carpet and your air ducts. Call the experts at Clean Air Connection for a clean, healthy living environment. Experience, education, and the right equipment equals the best cleaning job possible. Call Clean Air Connection today. Pet dander, allergens, dust, and pollen? Trust your home's carpet and duct cleaning to the experienced experts at Clean Connection. This locally owned family business educates their staff and uses only the best equipment. Call Clean Air Connection today.
Meet the Move Meter from Coldwell Banker. Just enter any 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on cost of living and more. Let's make your dream place a reality. Meet the Move Meter from Coldwell Banker. Just enter any 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on cost of living and more. Let's make your dream place a reality.
We are back at Wildcat Stadium, continuing on with the post-game show now. Once again, Richland comes into East Wenatchee at Wildcat Stadium and upset the Eastmont Wildcats by a final score of 51-44. Now let's turn it over to Brandon Harle with our final game stats. Brandon?
Starting off with the Richland Bombers, quarterback Josh Woodard finished the night 24 of 33 for 295 yards and 4 touchdowns. In the second half, he was 16 of 19 for 197. The running back, Jacob Brandon, ended up with 17 carries unofficially for 110 yards. One of the reasons why they were able to commit to that run and continue to grind out yards. Richland's receivers were all over the place. The 2 leading receivers, Brady Brochek, had 8 catches for 108 yards, and Colson Mackey had 7 for 96 and a touchdown.
Wow.
Eastmont, senior quarterback in his last game, Luke Gale, ended up the night being 5 of 14 for 78 yards. Running back Gunnar Peterson, who carried the team all night with 34 total carries, 277 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
His best game of the year right there.
And that's where you want it, right?
Absolutely.
It's a playoff game. You put it on the shoulders of your best player, and he did, and he can walk out of here very proud, as all Eastmont's fans should be of him.
Like you said, I think he's one of the best running backs in the state, with no doubt about that.
He's in the mix for sure, right? Yeah. Layden Moore also had 8 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, little thinner on Eastmont's and there. Adrian Ruffins did have his first catch of the night right there at the last possession down the field. He had 1 catch for 15 yards. Jake Travato had 1 for 20, and Landon Moore had 1 for 6. There you go.
You know, do you think that Eastmont was a little bit surprised? I don't think they were surprised by Woodard, but by how well that Richland ran the football tonight. It took them a little bit by surprise, it seemed like, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the fortunate thing for Richland is they had the film that Moses Lake showed them last week, right? We share film,
right?
And you see the game that Moses Lake played last week, and they would not commit to the run. They continued to throw the ball downfield. Richland kept attacking on the ground.
Well, it looks like Coach Don has all of his 28 seniors standing up in a line as he is letting them, I think, say their piece as he's standing behind them right now. Eric Granstrom is on the field. He's going to try and get an interview with Coach Don. You know, it's a tough time to do an interview when you just lost a game like this.
Yeah, especially, I mean, when you have put so much time and invested in the relationships and these players, 28 seniors, they've just played their last game, that sudden ending. It's an emotional moment. When the season is done for seniors, it's emotional regardless of your season. When you're the number 1 RPI team, number 6 team in the AP poll, undefeated, it's hard to give that moment up. You don't want to walk away from this. You want to take it for what it is. These guys who are seniors, most of them will never play another football game again, and that's the reality of high school football. When Friday nights are done, sometimes you don't want to give them up.
Oh, that's right.
And when it goes away this fast in a flash, when you battle all the way to the end, it's even harder.
And, kudos to Coach Neidhold, a great game plan. They executed that game plan, and, they did well at the line of scrimmage. We've always said that Eastmont is one of the most physical teams we've seen on both sides of the ball, and Richland seemed to handle that tonight.
Yeah, that's part of the deal when you play in the Tri-Cities. Every Friday night is a physical matchup. So you shouldn't come up and play in another game out of your league and be surprised about the physicality. So certainly Richland is used to that. What they aren't used to is the sheer amount of rushing, just consistent pounding of the ball like they saw tonight.
All right, we'll take another 2-minute timeout. We'll see if Eric can get Coach Don. It looks like he's may not want to talk tonight, but he is coming around the pile. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with more. Once again, our final score, Richland 51 and Eastmont 44.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Let's Drop Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Let's Drop puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
During our fall tire sale, save up to $250 on a set of 4 select tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? Open up a world of possibilities when you sell your home and make those dreams real. At ColdwellBanker.com, you can get an instant estimate on your home, compare cost of living city by city, and learn more about our revolutionary seller's assurance program. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams. At ColdwellBanker.com.
All right, Eric Granstrom on the field right now. He's with Coach Don and senior Christian Nevers down on the field. A tough time to do an interview, but Eric does have the coach and one of his 28 senior players. Go down to Eric.
Hey, welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel, and very, very difficult time for the seniors especially, and Christian Nevers joining us along with Coach Michael Don here. 51-44, what a football game. I mean, you hate to lose it, but, I mean, you guys fought to the very end.
I mean, yeah, the most important game of the year in defense, the most points we've had scored in us. 51, that's really tough. That's on us. But, it was a hell of a game. It's all about mistakes when you're up top. Playoffs, and we made more. So, they got the game they deserved. They won the game. They get to go on. I wish I could say the same about us, but that's not the case.
You represent a lot of seniors, and you had a chance to talk to the rest of the team. Tell us about that postgame.
I mean, we're graduating so many seniors, so many starters. All of our captains are graduating. They got to step up. It starts now. They got to look within themselves for leadership. A majority of our starters are gone. We got to fill from the younger ranks, and I mean, if they want to be better than us, they got to work now. We went 9-1, and we're going to be forgotten. We didn't do anything special with our season, and I told them last year we lost the same game to the same team, and I told myself I would not lose, and we did. So if they feel that same energy, they got to put in the work because it hurts. It really hurts.
Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for your leadership with this club. I'm going to let you go be with your family. And Coach, come on in here and talk about that. And, I mean, you had it in front of you. It's just hard to stop those guys. That's a talented team across the way.
Yeah, a very well-coached football team. They score a lot of points, and they scored a lot of points on us tonight. And we just made too many mistakes at the end of the day. We had a mistake on kickoff, and then just had trouble getting them off the field on some long yardage ones. And then offensively, we didn't finish right before half. We had to settle for a field goal, and that's just something that usually doesn't happen to us. We made, jumped off sides down the goal line, and and then at the end, we had a player who's not feeling well, and we weren't ready as a coaching staff there, so we let the kids down by not being prepared for that to happen. It was kind of tough to come back from. So, we got to do a better job as a staff and putting the kids in good position. And that one sucks. It's hard on the kids. They work their tails off. It's a really good group, and they've accomplished a lot. And, we just came up a little bit short here in the last one.
We just talked to Christian, and that was quite something to have all those seniors stand up in front of the rest of the team. What was your message to the team after this? I mean, I'm sure difficult to say anything at this point.
The message to the team was don't blame yourself. At the end of the day, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, and nobody needs to look just at themselves and view only their mistakes, because, everybody had them here and there, and we just didn't play a clean enough football game to beat a good team. And we knew going in it was going to be a battle, because they, in their league, they lost, Kennewick beat them on a hook and ladder. With less than 15 seconds left, and Kennewick's a top 5 team in 3A. Kamaikan beat them by 7, scoring at the end. And then, Chiawana beat them in a really close game too. So it's not like they've been in a lot of games where they're just getting beat. Then when they lose, it's close, and they just outplayed us today.
Gunnar Peterson, just goes off tonight. We had him for over 280 yards, something like that. Just incredible. He gets you the game going ahead touchdown, and I kind of joked on the air almost, but I was serious about, they scored too quick. Still 3 minutes left on the clock. Talk about the decision on the onside kick. If you get that, the game's over. So I understand that.
We worked on that, and he's really good at it, and I think he had a really good one, and we had a shot. It just happened to be where when Josh hit him, the ball bounced off him, Josh, and then happened to land right back in his lap. It's one of those things where that ball could have squirted out. We could have gotten it, and at that point, I think we iced the game. I don't think they're going to stop us moving down the field, and so I felt like our best shot was to give the onside kick, and was it the right decision? I don't know. Looking back, maybe if I would have kicked it deep, they wouldn't have had time to score. I don't know that answer, but we decided that was what it was. The kids were behind it, and we gave it a shot, and it didn't go our way.
You almost had them stopped on that third down play and force a fourth down, and decision time for them if they go for a field goal or not. They get the first down. At that point, you have a time, or they took a timeout, or there was a situation last time out there. What do you talk to the kids about there? And do you say, do you almost let them score?
We did. We did. We told our kids at this point, they're kicking a PAT. I'd rather have the ball in our offense's hands with about 1:30 left and see if we can move it down the field and come up with something. And, we had some big plays there, and we moved the ball a little bit, and we just didn't get enough of them. And so we wanted to have we wanted to have the game in our hands, so we did. We let them score there instead of just kicking a PAT to try to win it. We were like, let's try to win it ourselves.
Well, I'm going to miss our Thursday talks until next year. I tell you that. I appreciate you opening up your team to us and your time and everything else. I know this has been a tumultuous year with having a baby and then having a perfect season. Unfortunately, comes to an end here. Michael, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mike Don joining us here on the postgame show. We'll come back and wrap it up. Coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dix strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
One more time here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel. What a football game, what a high school football, any kind of football game we had here tonight, and we're glad that you were able to join us on the NCWLIFE Channel. It just came down to, and we said maybe it would be the final possession. That would be the difference in the game, and that certainly was. 51-44, Richland over the top of the Eastmont Wildcats here tonight, handing Eastmont their only loss of the season. Unfortunately, that means the end of their season. They will not go on to the State 4A tournament next week, and heartbreak for all of those seniors and all those players that battled so hard all season long. I wanted to thank our crew for helping us bring you these broadcasts all fall long. It's been 22 different broadcasts that we brought you here on the NCWLIFE Channel, so I'm going to do this off the top of my head. If I miss anybody, I apologize. First, Matthew Moore back in the studio. Dan Kuntz has been helping us out all season long. Not here tonight, but we appreciate Dan. Of course, Malcolm Whitehall and Tucker Wagner, as well as Josiah Davison and Nigel Sullivan, Scott Patterson, Cagney Fox. I think I got everybody. Did I get everybody? Joshua Malone as well. That was it, right? I think I got everybody that time. And everybody, we've had people come in and go out and throughout the fall, and before you know it, it's going to be wintertime. We're going to get inside and do some warmer temperature games in basketball and wrestling coming up here in just a matter of weeks. The second week of December, we'll join you again with more sports here on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. Again, Eastmont falls to Richland tonight by a final of 51-44. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Eric Granstrom. Thanks for watching, and have a good night, everybody.
Devereaux is going to pass. No, it's Bishop in there now.
Tonight's coverage of live local sports has been brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Alpine Air, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Clean Air Connection, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, and Together for Youth. Thanks for joining us for live coverage of local sports on the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return you to normal programming already in progress.
That'll be it for the night as the Wenatchee Panthers